You're watching the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. Now it's time for the Brent and Austen Show.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. Hump day. Cold weather in the air. Icicles tickling your tonsils.
Do what?
Icicles tickling your tonsils. Got it, Hamby?
Mm-hmm.
Hamby, go ahead and bring up the shot. I want to see something. Hey, it's a great day in Jacksonville. The sun is out and everything. Where's the panic button? Where is the panic button?
On me.
Where's the panic button? I need it right. Go ahead and make me a bobblehead doll with that panic button. Today, the panic button will be brought to you by a real dose of reality. Breaking news yesterday, Hamby, I would say, huh?
Of course.
A little bit. Now, if you listened to the show yesterday, and if you actually focused on the show yesterday, did I maybe leave a couple breadcrumbs for everybody? Did I maybe leave a couple breadcrumbs when Hamby asked me when Travis Etienne's coming, when Travis Hunter's coming back? Maybe. Not good.
No.
Not good. Travis Hunter out for the year. Why does it, and here's the thing about it, Hamby, and once again, you know me, not on social media all the time, have to be on social media a little more because now as part of my bet, I have to quote tweet everything that I talked about, as was Casey's stipulations. So I browsed a little bit this morning. People are thinking the season's over, huh?
Yes, they are indeed thinking that.
As if the Houston Texans loss, maybe the worst loss in franchise history, wasn't worse, wasn't bad enough. Let's go ahead and have a little dessert. Let's go ahead and have a little more chaos. Let's go ahead and have a little cheesecake with a sprinkle of, season-ending surgery. And that's what Travis Hunter is. And this affects the Jaguars for a lot of reasons. You're missing your best wide receiver. You're missing your best cornerback in a team that is still very well in the playoff picture despite what the game against the Texans looked like. But now you're going to open yourself for the entire season, for the entire offseason, throw in the OTAs, throw in the preseason, and you can throw in draft talk as well of what the plan with Travis Hunter is going to be going forward. And I think it's a conversation that needs to be had. Brent, welcome to the Panic Button Show.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome to it. I don't know if I want to jump into this.
It's not going anywhere, by the way. If somebody wants to endorse this, you're going to get your money's worth because this thing's not going anywhere anytime soon.
I think I saw Daniel Kilkenny, by the way, at the end of yesterday's show. I don't know if I missed this in the chat, but I thought I saw it. So happy 25th year anniversary. I think he celebrated. So congratulations. There you go. There's a little bit of good news. It'll be my job to deliver some good news along the way, I guess.
Cool.
How surprising was this, do you think?
To who?
Well,
everybody?
You heard it Monday. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
No, when you heard it Monday, how surprising was it?
Well, I am surprised.
Yeah.
I am surprised because I think if you look at the whole breakdown of how this thing shook out, what Liam Cohen said, and then what Ian Rappaport said, and then what the expectation was, and then what it turned into after the Texans loss, there seems to be a little disconnect, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's pretty clear that they didn't know exactly what it was when it happened. Whether it's swelling, we heard people say a muddy MRI.
Fuzzy MRI, right?
Well, I think mostly because of swelling is what that would. Again, I'm not a doctor here. But they also ruled out the ACL pretty early on. And again, that's the real good news here. I can tell you from people and talking to people, like that is an actual very good news thing of this. I mean, they might have been, what do we think? That 6 weeks, 7 weeks, maybe hopefully for the end if they're still in it, which right at this stage we're not sure. We're not very confident the Jags are going to be in it anyway. Would they even bring him back in and maybe for the last 2-3 games, right? And so you're running a little risk anyway that you're playing hurt. And now they won't do that. He'll be ready for maybe even late OTAs, mini-camp, whatever. And you don't have to do the ACL thing, which would have been more damaging.
That'll be a lot longer.
So I think there's that. And then this is a very unique injury. Like, this is not a common deal now. And I don't think that's a scary thing. Some people will say that's a scary thing sometimes when it's unique. I don't think that's necessarily the case. It's just pretty abnormal. Somebody said Rashee Rice also had this. But again, this is not common. We hear MCL, ACL. We don't hear LCL. And so that's why they actually teamed up, I think, to do this surgery with someone that had done a little bit more of this as well. So anyway, I do think, I don't know what they were going to get out of Travis Hunter toward the end of this year anyway. I don't know if he was going to play. That's why I don't know if this news hits me. It's like, oh my gosh, another big blow. It's certainly not great to hear. You would have loved the opportunity for him to have the idea coming back, some hope to come back. We played that game in 2023, remember, with not only Trevor but Christian Kirk. We're like, hey, if they can make the playoffs, Christian Kirk might come back. We might be able to get Kirk back. And we still don't know if Kirk would have come back. We thought that they could get him back. We just played this game with Brenton Strange. Brenton Strange just came off they opened his window. It's a 21-day window, which means he can practice starting today, and that was expected. Liam Cohen said that. But we don't know exactly his impact, how much he can play. Next couple of days will tell the story, everything else. So I don't think from that standpoint it's like this huge blow. They might have missed him anyway. They might not have got Travis Hunter back. I think we like the idea that he could have been back, though, at some point. And so to hear that part is surprising because of everything you just said. Everybody's like, wait a minute, it's going to probably be 6 weeks, 7 weeks. It's longer than 4, even though that's the distinction. Yep. It's good that he's not out for the year. It's not an ACL. Okay, good. But then there was like, I think Rappaport at one time or somebody said, yeah, he could be back in the minimum time.
I think it was either Schefter or Rappaport. Yeah,
I don't know where that one came from because I never heard that.
And I think this is why I mentioned the communication part of it. Liam Cohen has been extremely transparent. We celebrate him for it. The one thing that we can say with Liam Cohen that's been kind of the standard is when it comes to injuries, you don't really know what's going on.
Yeah.
Whether it was Eric Armstead, whether it was Mason Smith. Now, with Brenton Strange just during the regular season, so you had a little more of idea, and I think the expectation is that, he maybe gets some run this Sunday, but we'll see, right? But we were kind of keyed in right away that, hey, he's going on IR and he's going to be out for a while. Like, that was the first thing that Liam Cohen said. Liam Cohen said one thing after the Travis Hunter stuff. Then the national media took it and said a different thing. And now he's not playing.
Yeah.
Like, that's just why I bring up the disconnect, where it's, to me, it wasn't on brand for what this team has been all year with what's been happening with injuries and everything. Like, I was shocked because we didn't have any inkling this was going to happen.
Yeah. Just kind of out of the blue.
Out of the blue.
Yeah. We got about a 10-minute heads up, and boom. Well, so anyway, I think maybe there's a lot that goes on here. There are agents involved, too. I can tell you, this doesn't feel like there are leaks coming out of the Jags building on this kind of stuff. I will tell you that. So,
I don't think so. No,
so I think that
why would there be?
Well, there's leaks usually coming out of everybody. There's been a lot of leaks coming out of the Jags building on a lot of stuff over the years, and usually they can't wait to call like Schefter and Rappaport and be the guy that told them, Schefter and Rappaport, hey, look what I got,
No,
like people like that. They think it's like a badge of honor. I'm just telling you, I feel like what I've heard is that they're not. This is a lot of this stuff. If you hear stuff, it's not coming out of the building. I can't say that unequivocally on everything. But I also think that brings agents into play and everybody else. And I know this for a fact. Rappaport was digging around on it way more than anybody else. And Schefter's the one that had it first yesterday. So what is that? Like, I don't know. Like, what?
It's not from the
who's
building.
telling them, right?
Yeah, so, not from the building.
So anyway, who cares about that stuff in reality? Now you get this. Maybe it's a little bit of surprise. Maybe it's not. He's definitely out. Now we know what this football. Now we know that Jacoby Myers trade is a big trade. I had somebody say to it yesterday, hey, they had the trade deadline. If they knew this was coming, why didn't they make more moves? Well, they did make a move. They got Jacoby Myers. They made a move for a 4th and a 6th round pick for a 9-game rental because they probably felt this could be a scenario, right? Now defensively they didn't, but I mean they do have some depth at the cornerback position. They already did that with Newsome. Swap for a swap. But they also have these other guys playing. So I don't think the cupboard is bare. I think this just puts now a little more emphasis on, does Brian Thomas Jr. come back? And can you get Jacoby Myers up to speed playing alongside what appears to be an ascending Parker Washington at the
Sure.
wide receiver spot.
Well, no, I mean, listen, it's not the end all be all, but it's like I said to open the show. Like you've lost your best wide receiver so far this year, and you've lost your best cornerback. Like that's a fact.
Yeah.
And like if any team loses their best wide receiver for a year, like that's harsh.
Yeah.
Right? Like I get the Rams lost Puka for a couple weeks and they're fine, but like if the Rams lose Puka for the entire year, they're not my NFC favorite anymore.
No.
You know? So like that means something. And then when you lose your best corner as well, because hey, guess what? The guy can play both positions. That's a huge blow. That's a huge loss for a team that is still trying to make a playoff run. So I understand that you've addressed it with Jacoby Myers and you put a Band-Aid over that. I get it. You bring in Newsome and hopefully, you know, he can you can keep on, you know, progressing and getting better in this defense. But it's a monumental loss.
Yeah. So now the other part of the discourse, right? And I'd like to know what you think. Everybody will say, well, that's what happens when can he handle it? The national guys already, can he play both sides? Is he going to get injured? This was an injury in practice, non-contact. Does that mean, like, the knee couldn't handle him playing 80 snaps in 2 games? Like, he hadn't even been playing a lot of football. Now, does that carry over from college, how much football he played? Is that a real story, in your opinion, that they're going to have to make a decision because of the wear and tear of this? Or is it just always a risk in the NFL? I think this injury has zero to do with him playing both sides of the football. Other than the fact that if you were just practicing him on offense, he was practicing a defensive rep, and he might not have hurt himself in that manner. Other than that, I don't think, in my opinion, that this is like apples and apples here, or cause and effect. Like, I just don't believe that. I might be wrong about that. But until somebody gives me some data on that and says, well, yeah, look, because of, you know, he played so many more snaps in college and now in the NFL and his practice time and everything else, this was part of the reason that led to this.
So before the injury, I would have told you it doesn't matter. Play him both sides, right? Because that's what he's always done. And now we have the first instance where, and I get it, he had some injuries in college, obviously nothing to this extent because, you know, he was out a half and some change sometimes, but that's about it. Wasn't gone for the whole season like he is now. I mean, it's a conversation that seriously has to be had. And this, to me, you know, it proves that, hey, this guy's not Superman. Like, this guy, yes, he's a freak athlete, and we've never seen the things that he can do before. But he's also 6'1", what, 180?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. I'd probably say a little lower at this point, but around that weight. If that's the case, yeah, if you're going to play both sides, there's more risk for it. So, but also if I'm James Gladstone, I'm not going to put him on one side of the football. Because if I do that, for what I gave up for him, and you saw what Sauce Gardner, and listen, say what you want about Sauce Gardner, he's still a top 4, I think top 3 cover corner in the NFL.
That much? That high?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I really do. When he's on, he's on. Like, I think New York was just that whole team was just in the dumps. But anyways, like, you see what it costs to get a high-skill cover corner. You see what it costs to get a high-skill wide receiver. So if I'm James Gladstone, I say, okay, well, I'm going to put him on one side. Well, then he better be a top 5 wide receiver. He better be a top 5 cover corner, or what was that draft for? So I lean on the side of this guy's still playing both ways because look what we sacrificed to get him.
Yeah. Yeah. Hamby, what are your thoughts on playing does this change the way you think he should play both sides of the ball or not? I would like to say this because we knew this was part of it anyway. Like, you don't want to speak injuries into existence. But there are, like I said yesterday on Twitter, there are a million ways to get hurt in the NFL. Mm-hmm. And part of it's taking out your trash at home. You know? I mean, there are a million ways to get hurt and pull something or twist an ankle or whatever. And, I mean, these are fine-tuned athletes. I always liken them to racehorses because I used to cover horse racing. It's a littlest thing, man, and it can set you back because you have to be in such good shape, especially the skill guys. Like, you have to You have to operate a certain way. And that's like a Ferrari on a skill side. So you're always going to have that. You got to get lucky. You've got to get a bit lucky. Like, to me, Marquise Lee got hammered all the time. He got unlucky with injuries. Like, he was always a soft tissue guy. Well, he was also had 6% body fat. Like, it was just the littlest thing set him back a bit. I'm not telling you that's what's going to be the case. You hope that's not the case here. You hope this is a one-off thing. We've seen other people. ETN, right? Had the Liz Franks come back very nice in his career from that. He hasn't been an injury concern, right? So you can do it that way too. But we knew this was part of it, not just because he plays both sides of the ball, because he plays football. Because he plays in the NFL. And that's the risk you run. That's the gamble you take by picking anybody, by paying people a lot of money. It's both things. So, again, I'm not a big cause and effect here, but I do think it brings up the question, do you limit the risk? They are exposing him to more risk, there's no doubt, by playing him on both sides of the ball.
Correct.
So does it change the way you think about it?
Not really. I mean, sometimes you just got to chalk it up as a freak injury, especially if it's non-contact in a little practice drill. He could have been doing this when he was jogging down the stairs or in his house to go to the refrigerator or anything like that. Who knows? I just think this is kind of frustrating for me because it's kind of bringing out some anti-Gladstone fans, some people that were happy with the move when he did it and now have turned their backs and said, oh, we told you all along you shouldn't have traded this pick. You gave up too much for a guy who was never going to work. And I've just seen a lot more of that than I expected to after a freak injury like this.
Well, and that's just hindsight being 2020,
of course,
right? Because if you really look at this draft class right now, and injuries obviously
have decimated the entire class.
Had decimated a lot of the class, but Wyatt Milam, we'll see what the deal is with him. We know what Tootin and Allen can bring to the table and everything, but people are going to point to that, Hamby. And once again, and I spoke on this yesterday a little bit, You don't have a magic crystal ball that's going to tell you, okay, this guy's going to get hurt. You can't think like that. You have to draft guys that you feel like are the best for you, and you have to keep your fingers crossed that they're not going to get hurt. Injuries happen every year. This happens to every single team. We're not just the only ones. I get that this feels like a giant curse right now, and there's a lot of things this season that felt like a curse. Teams deal with this all the time. The difference, though, is that this circumstance, it's dealing with an athlete that plays on both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
And when you talk about injuries, the conversation's going to be, well, can you try to limit some of that? I say you play him on both sides still. That doesn't change at all. And by the way, what do you think he wants to do?
Well, we know what he wants to do.
Because keep in mind, not only do you have to do what's best for your team, but you have to do right by your athlete. You mean to tell me that James Gladstone, Liam Cohen, or whoever the case may be is going to sit Travis Hunter down and be like, hey, man, that's a tough break. Guess what? You're playing offense this next season. That's it. Or you're playing defense. How is that going to go over Travis Hunter?
Yeah.
Dude's going to be on requesting a trade in no time. So, keep that in mind as well, everybody.
Yeah, here's the deal. In my opinion, you said something that I think is warranted to say, but I don't think you can run your organization this way. And I thought the Jags were getting away from doing this. We'll see if that's the case with Travis Hunter or not. I don't think you can make a decision on what you feel is best for him and your football team based on the fact that you traded up to get him and gave up capital. I understand it's part of the equation, but it can't be the reason. What did we like about this football team when we heard guys like Dewey Wingard or guys like Liam Cohen or guys like James Gladstone and Tony Vaselli say, we're going to play the best players. We don't care where you were, essentially. We don't care where you were drafted or how much we're paying you. We're going to play the best players.
Okay.
And again, you only have 53 of them, and really 45 of them, and really about 30 of them that you're going to usually mix in, in terms of playing. But I don't think they can make any kind of decision going forward just and say, well, I got to be proven right. This is where I think GMs get in trouble.
Yeah, and we see this all the time.
Where they just say, well, I got to do this because I gave up this.
I drafted him in the second round.
I was just liking it to fielding a ground ball and then throwing it away, man. You don't compound the error. If you boot it, don't throw it, And so.
But there's a difference between an undrafted free agent of Dewey Wingard and spending 2 first-round draft picks and then some to get your guy.
Yeah, no, I get there is.
There's a huge difference of that.
Well, there is, but what are you trying to do? You're trying to win football games or be proven right, is my point.
I mean, both.
Well, I'd win football games and then be proven right.
Okay.
You know, like you don't need to be proven. You are proven right by winning football games.
As a GM?
Well, I think so.
Okay. But I
if
think
the Jags go win for 3 straight years, we
can
criticize the trade.
Listen,
but
if the Jaguars win for 3 straight years and 3 straight playoff runs and everything, like that means that you probably had some great players that got you there.
Yeah,
that goes hand in hand.
Yeah, and I mean there is this element that this can be debated. Can he be great at both spots? To your point, he's going to be a top 5 receiver if you're going to play him on receiver. If you point up and gut him like that, and you're going to be impactful,
Correct.
You need that. That's important in the game. If you want to be a Sauce Gardner or somebody else that's going to be impactful, play him on that side of the ball. That's right.
Yeah.
That's a great player. The Jags, what are we coming? This is like the theme of the week. The Jags need great players. And if that means just being great on one side of the ball, you know what? At this stage, I'd take it.
Yeah, I mean, something's better than nothing.
Yeah, I'd rather take a good. I think I'd rather have a great player on one side of the ball than a good player on both sides of the ball.
Okay, I understand that, but this is going to be the same conversation with Trayvon Walker and Nate Hutchinson, where you're going to say, okay, you got Trayvon Walker, and you know what? This year, obviously the injury and everything, it's not going so well, and everyone wants to compare Nate Hutchinson. If the conversation is that you're going to put Travis Hunter just at wide receiver, then guess what? I'm going to compare him to Ibuka. I'm going to compare him to Tet McMillan, and I'm going to see how those guys do compared to Travis Hunter.
Yeah,
and then we'll see how that conversation goes 2 or 3 years down the line. If for whatever reason they have better numbers than Travis Hunter, then people are going to be like, "Well, you spent 2 first-round draft picks on a guy that's not even up to Tet McMillan."
Absolutely,
that'll be the conversation.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's going to be the conversation.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah. I mean,
it's already been the conversation.
I mean, we're living in that conversation.
Yeah.
We live in a pool of that conversation here in Jackson.
But Hamby, to be fair, at least
Gladstone should have known better.
Yeah, but at least we can say right now is like, okay, well, is Tet McMillan playing defense as well? Who's Tet McMillan covering, right? So like that was kind of like your ace in the hole, where it's like you have that as a backup.
Yeah.
If you lose that, then hey, it's fair game.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Listen, right now the Jags looks like they have a lot of holes, and him filling 2 holes is a good thing. And if Brian Thomas Jr. is Brian Thomas Jr., who we think, you don't need that top flight wide receiver now. So you don't need the number 1 because he's supposed to be the number 1. And as this is presented, it's also complimentary, right?
Yeah.
So if you really think of the way a little bit right now, the Jags are snake bitten in this sense, because Brian Thomas Jr. isn't doing his job. They picked this guy for Tyson Campbell and Brian Thomas Jr. to do their job. $20 million guy, first-round pick who's a top 5 producer last year at the receiver position. Mm-hmm. If those guys both do their job, live up to the $20 million at the corner and be kind of a shutdown guy, and Brian Thomas Jr. delivers like he did last year, well, fitting Travis Hunter in as a complement to those 2 guys on both sides of the ball makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
But what transpired this year in the first really month of the season is they said, hey, Travis, sorry, dude, but we need you to be the best one on both sides. Mm-hmm. And after the Rams game, it was lining up like, oh, we're going to go see the ascension. Now they know it too. Sorry, Travis, there's a lot on you. You've got to now go be the best guy. You might be the best player on both sides of the ball right now for the Jags. Like, I don't think that was the plan. I don't think that was, as this thing sets up, as you're looking at their roster construction, as you're going off what you think you have and how you anticipate how people are going to play. I don't think that was the idea. So therefore, you can get good and good instead of great on one side of the ball, because he's going to shine. He's going to be a big part of the puzzle. And now that's kind of shifted, because we don't know where the hell Brian Thomas Jr. is as a receiver in the NFL right now. And we also, Tyson Campbell's not here, and the Jags don't have a number 1 guy. Mm-hmm. I mean, and that's going to be another hole, by the way. Like, there's a really good I would say there's a decent chance Newsome doesn't get re-signed here, which means you open up another hole. I mean, who's the Jags' best corner? Jordan Lewis. But, I mean, outside guy-wise, it's Buster Brown right now, isn't it?
Oh, baby.
Do you think Buster Brown's playing just as good as Newsome? Yeah, I don't know.
Sure. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, the answer is no.
Jones,
probably.
I mean,
right?
if
we're guessing, if we can't answer it, it means it's
you
nothing.
Can't. Exactly.
So the Jags are going to have to go.
Yeah, you're in much worse shape, I think, maybe out there than you were at the start of before the season, which was all off season our conversation.
And by the way,
corner spot.
you don't have that. I mean, you have some capital in the late rounds that you can trade up for to get better, like, up there with the second and thirds, but you don't have a first-round pick right now. Like,
yeah, well, you don't even find it. You're not even thinking corner in the first round anyway. We're thinking defensive tackle.
No, you're thinking defensive tackle,
or second
but
round.
you probably got to address corner. I mean, hopefully Ransaw comes back, but maybe, I don't know.
Yeah,
there's some.
Yeah,
some
they got.
holes.
Listen, when you do this, when this starts to happen. Yes.
There we go.
When that starts to happen, it opens up a lot more holes. But I think you could also suggest, and let me get my off-season conversation ready, that let's just say Jacoby Myers plays well for you, and you can get him on a reasonable deal these day and age for a receiver since the high-flight guys are so expensive. And you end up coming back into next year, and Brian Thomas Jr. plays a little better down the stretch of the season, and you got BTJ, Parker Washington, Jacoby Myers. You could instantly start to have the conversation, hey, just go put Travis Hunter as your number one corner. I mean, I feel pretty good about this. I feel not so good about that. Right?
Yeah.
So that's where this conversation could end up going. And then you don't have to have a draft pick in the third round put on a corner. Now you have Buster Brown and Travis Hunter, and you got Jordan Lewis under contract, and you feel a little bit better about it.
No, I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know how good I feel about that.
You wouldn't feel better about Jordan Lewis, Travis Hunter, and
Buster Brown?
I mean, Buster Brown. Or you can name your guy. Go get a fourth-round pick or something. I'm just telling you it's not as high priority if you've got Jordan Lewis locking down the nickel spot and Travis Hunter you think is a bona fide one corner.
Yeah.
I feel like you
fill
probably
in
still
that
have
other
to
guy.
attribute some dollars in free agency to
maybe
get a
you
little bit more of a solid option over there.
Maybe you would. But we've been saying this all week. I mean, as the Jags continue to give stuff up, I'm not sure corner jumps out as big of a problem as like the safety spot right now.
Yeah, but the safety spot we can say, okay, is Ransaw going to come in and do his thing
Ransaw
next
and
year?
Murray.
But
Murray's
so,
under
like,
contract. Too.
Yeah, so it's like
yeah, I don't know.
Corner might be a little more of a concern if you're confident in Ransaw, but can he stay? Like there's a lot of holes. There's a lot of questions right now.
I feel like this is a January, February conversation that we're having. But again, I mean, we're on to that with Travis Hunter. Like we now have pushed into the offseason for Travis Hunter on this conversation. So yeah, listen, it's been a bad month. It's been a bad month. Like, not cool.
Not cool. Not cool at all, man.
Yeah, I mean, in many ways, it's been like a devastating month.
Yeah.
For the Jacksonville Jaguars. Let's take a break. Brent and Austin Show, Action Sports Jacks 24/7 Network. I'll go over that a little bit. And I understand this, and I think you understand this. We don't like to admit this, and I know you understand it. The ebbs and flows of the NFL season are just wild. They're just wild. Talk about it all the time. I don't know what we're going to be thinking in 3 weeks. I don't know what we're going to be thinking by Monday. I don't know what we're going to be thinking in early January. Like, there's a lot that can still transpire. And it's just the way the league works. So, but you can't deny you feel like crap right now if you're a Jags fan. Like, and they're 5-4. Like, that's the craziest thing. Like, it's a 5-4 football team that you feel awful about.
Yeah. Yep.
Hit the damn button. We'll be back.
Choose your own adventure. It's not just a saying, but a way of life here at Cycles of Jacksonville. And whether it's 2 wheels or 4 wheels, at Cycles of Jacksonville, a great adventure awaits. With brands like Honda, Vespa, Segway, and Triumph, Cycles of Jacksonville has you covered with their inventory featuring a 60,000 square foot building. If 4 wheels is more your thing, check out the largest selection of Honda Talons in the entire county. No matter what you're looking for, Cycles of Jacksonville is going to have the selection you need, all with great financing and rebates. Plus, if you're active duty military, Cycles of Jacksonville will offer you 0% financing along with great discounts for military and first responders. And when you want to get off the road and set sail, Cycles of Jacksonville has you covered with everything you need to get on the water. So if you're ready for a great adventure, let Cycles of Jacksonville be your guide. Located off Atlantic Boulevard, or check out their website at cyclesofjacksonville.com.
How do we make Mason's famous lobster rolls? It's simple. We get up before dawn, head into the open waters of Maine, haul in our traps by hand, and send only the best straight to our restaurants. where we add warm butter or chilled mayo with a squeeze of lemon and pile it on a toasted split-top roll, just like it's been done for nearly a century. That's the recipe for Mason's famous lobster rolls.
Thanks for meeting me here.
You okay?
You're my only lawyer friend, and I need your professional opinion.
Okay.
You see that brand new Hyundai Tucson out there?
Yeah.
That's all I paid for it. Do you know what you want?
Yeah. I think I do.
Enjoy your new car.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Deal so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Lease a Hyundai Tucson for $259 a month, or get 2.99% APR, or get $1,750 bonus cash. Hurry in.
Grab some friends and go to a restaurant, or head out for a drink and some conversation. Watch your favorite team play on the big screen. Or how about play some games? You can do all of that in one night at Best Bet. Each location has a different vibe, its own personality, like here at the original Best Bet in Orange Park. When you walk through these doors, everybody knows your name. And here in St. Augustine, it's the newest location. Play some poker. How about the table games? And don't forget about Ace's Sports Bar and Grill. And then there's the Jacksonville location right here on Monument Road. It's the biggest poker room in the state of Florida. Maybe you'll find yourself a seat right here at the final table. Best Bet, where you can have the best of times. And that makes you always go home a winner. Try any of the 3 locations, and you can always visit bestbetjacks.com.
Year 2 is in the books for the Jacksonville Armada women's under-23 squad, taking another step forward in the Women's Premier Soccer League. Under the guidance of head coach David Goff, the girls in blue went undefeated at home for a second straight season, including a dramatic draw in the opener.
And they've left it to the death. Unbelievable stuff.
And a late winner to end the season at home.
Headed on. Here's a chance. Gianna Ramirez brings it down, still alive, takes a shot, and into the back of the net.
After fielding a younger roster in 2025 with talent from all across Northeast Florida, the future is bright for the Armada women's team. We highlight the ladies and all things Jacksonville Armada each week on Fleet and Footy on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
I'll put one in the back of the net for you.
Join us for player profiles, fun interviews, and the very latest on the Fleet and all things footy. That's every Thursday at 2 p.m.
Burgers or breakfast, you can get it all at Whataburger. Try something new on the menu or an all-time favorite like the Whataburger Patty Melt. And now you can have breakfast here at Whataburger 12 hours a day, 11 p.m. until 11 a.m. Menu items like the bacon taquito, sausage taquito, honey butter chicken biscuit. Whether you work the late night shift, just want a snack early in the morning to get your day started, or a little pick-me-up late in the morning, 12 hours a day, breakfast served, 11 p.m. until 11 a.m. A dozen locations in Jacksonville. You can order pickup or delivery and download the Whataburger app. New rewards members get free Whataburger items when placing their first online order. Just download the app. And for us coffee drinkers, Whataburger has all new hot coffee and iced coffee too. Satisfy that coffee craving at Whataburger 24/7, and it comes in a variety of flavors. Burgers, breakfast, coffee, and so much more. Whataburger, just like you like it.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
Welcome back here, Brent and Austin Show, Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. Brent Martineau, Austen Lane, Jason Hamby, Casey Kurtz around here in a little bit. See the Iceman jersey over there. I got to remember to keep that. Tomorrow will be actually down at the Jacksonville Iceman at ViStar Veterans Memorial Arena.
Going to mentally prepare for that.
Mentally prepare for it. Everybody, actually, it's going to be loud in the morning, and bring the Advil. Scream Fest is upon us.
I'm going to stretch out my wrists and hands. We got to go 6'7" like 25 times with these little kids. My son's going to be there. I know he's going to be leading that 6'7" chant. So
that's right.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
That should be a lot of fun. Brenton Strange does. The window opens up. How we already know his impact. I mean, what's our feelings like? It's not like boom, back in the game, instant impact, or is he even going to get in the game? We don't really know. Next couple of days will tell the story. on that. But it's like I don't think the Jags have a savior coming, I guess, is my point. They are what they are right now.
Yeah.
And and part of what they are, Austin, which we really haven't talked enough about, is an offensive line that, at least against the elite teams, can't hold up. Now, that might be reasonable against when you're playing. Usually you go into a season, you're like, man, I've been playing these quarterbacks. It's going to be tough. You got Brady and Stafford and Manning and Rodgers and, all these guys. And sometimes Mahomes, you just have like murderer's row of quarterbacks. When the Jags schedule lined up, they did not have murderer's row of quarterbacks. And that's all people look at. Well, what they really have the murderer's row of, essentially, is defensive fronts.
Sure.
Like, they have the best defensive fronts other than probably like the Eagles. I mean, there are some others probably in here. But they play against the Rams, the Seahawks, and Houston twice. Happens to be in their division that they got to play them twice. So that's almost worse than the quarterbacks this year because those fronts are really good.
Sure.
And now combine that with you playing Sam Darnold's playing well. You also do get Stafford.
Yeah.
But at least they don't get like Stroud playing at a high level.
We had Davis Mills playing at a high level. So
that's the thing.
Who really give me?
But my point on this is, okay, they don't play great against those elite. So that's 4 games they're not going to play great. And they did play well against Houston the first time around. But
they did.
They have not looked good again. They looked so bad against Seattle. They really did not look great against the Rams either. And that was 7 and 7 sacks. And again, some of that I think was on Trevor, but it's not all on Trevor when you're getting sacked 14 times in 2 weeks. And then this one wasn't good. And now add to it, they're beat up because guess what? We're in November in the NFL, and everybody's beat up in the trenches.
But they are just coming off a bye. I know that's not the end-all be-all, and you can't really expect actual injuries to be healed all of a sudden in 1 week. But like to.
Well, I made up all the excuses.
I'm not saying that's not an excuse. I'm saying if it coming out of a bye now, I mean, there's no help coming.
Yeah, well, they played decent against the Raiders, right?
They did.
Because the Raiders aren't great. That's my point.
It's the Raiders.
So, I don't know how good you think the Chargers front is.
Now they're a lot better than what they were to start the year off.
So
now I can sit here and say their offensive line is horrible.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be honest, that doesn't mean anything.
That doesn't mean anything. Yeah, I'm just talking about the Jags offensive line anyway, going to get these guys.
Yeah, I mean,
that'll probably be a topic for tomorrow. But I mean, yeah, if our edge can't get home this week, then it's really going to be.
I've heard that before.
Yeah,
well,
but
if
no,
you can't be Davis Mills and Jake Browning.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
But if it's specifically 2 weeks in a row.
And by the way, they should be motivated after that performance.
Right.
So, but we'll get to that.
Shouldn't need motivation.
But I guess what I'm asking here is it's not an elephant in the room. I don't think the Jags have a lot to do on the defensive side. I think they've got what they've got. I think you can hope Jordan Lewis comes back and Eric Murray comes back, and now Travis Hunter's not coming back. The pass rush is what it is. Josh better get home. Trayvon better get healthier and he looked like he was actually getting home a little bit more. Armstead's got to probably do a little bit. He's doing okay at times, but he's also even got to do more, right? So Mason Smith, where are you? Like those things. That is what it is. There's no help coming. The best players are on the field, and that they've got to play better as a whole. Offensively, though, I think on the offensive line, I think Hainsey's been good. Anton Harrison now looks hurt to me. I will be interested to see him today at practice.
He's been hobbled all year.
And he always plays hurt. And I think he's actually been pretty good overall. Again, like
I
if
think
you have
he
a bad
deserves
game
a little bit of
against
credit.
Houston while you're banged up, I kind of get it. But Patrick McCarry has been like this close to probably being benched over the last 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And even now he's banged up.
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't playing well when healthy over the last few weeks. I think Ezra Cleveland's down. And guess what? Van Lanen didn't play great in his stead. And then you've got Walker Little. And the Walker Little thing is not working. And I'll be first one to say, like, listen, I've been a defender of Walker Little. I was like, I think you can win with Walker Little. Right now they're not winning with Walker Little. Walker Little has not been good enough. And that's not only against just the elite teams. The elite teams, it looks really bad. Like D'Amico Ryan said yesterday or today, I think it was yesterday, he said that was like one of the best games Donnell Hunter's ever played. And his quote was, the tackle didn't have a chance. Well, guess what? Like, you got to have a chance.
Yeah.
Like, Trevor Lawrence dropped back 23 times. Maybe a little bit more. He threw it 23 times. And One guy had 4 sacks, 3.5.
Man,
that can't happen.
He was there on his drop back.
Yeah, that can't happen. And that doesn't count the times that he didn't get him.
Right.
So, but I do think, here's what I'm getting at, long way to get here, but I do think the Jags have options.
At tackle.
At the offensive line, how can they mix them? Yeah. They could try Wyatt Milam somewhere because he's finally healthy, by the way. Like, he was up last week.
Let me ask you this. The fact they haven't really tried him yet, is that a concern?
Well, I don't think he's been fully healthy. I think they've been working him back.
But he's been on special teams, right? Like, he's been doing...
Yeah, I think there's 2 things. I don't think he's been fully healthy, number one. It took a while to get him there.
Okay.
And then on top of that, I think you're trying to keep those 5 together as long as possible. But I guess what I'm asking is this the time? Is this the time to say, okay, you're not didn't have a bad day against Seattle. You've now had a rough day against Seattle, a rough day against the Rams, a rough day against Houston. Like, what are we doing?
I mean,
so is this the time now to put him in?
I mean, I think it's the time to at least make a change.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody played well against Houston on that offensive line. And, like, if this is supposed to be the regime that's preaching, everyone's under a microscope and every week will be a competition, okay, well then where's the change? Because your offensive line, and I don't even know like who graded out well, who graded out, like I assumed it was all bad. So if that's the case, then where's the change? Or if you don't have a change and you're not confident with bringing Milam in, then that doesn't make you look good either. So either a change is going to happen, and I think it needs to, or a change doesn't happen, and I think it looks worse off because unless Milam's like seriously injured, what are we talking about?
Yeah, well, that's true. Now, he's a 4th-round pick, right? Was he a 3rd or 4th?
He's a 3rd.
3rd. He was one of their 2/3. I think they have – my point here is I think they have options. You could – Adoga now, I would have said this a week ago. I don't think that's a popular thing to say right now. No. But I do think at times Adoga has come in and played well. But then, like, it wasn't good last week. And I think if you start looking – see, the Jags thought they were pretty good at the line in terms of depth.
Yeah,
they thought Adoga
we all
was
did.
Van Lanen, Milam. Now they're playing them all, and other than Milam, and they're not doing anything.
And then I watched Fred Johnson trot out there in the Eagles Packers game and at least hold his own. That tasted nice.
Yeah, but you get why they got like nobody was clamoring for Fred Johnson until like 5 minutes ago.
I understand that, but it tasted real bad after I watched the backups for the Jags the day before really struggle, essentially, and especially the penalty on Adoga on the Parker Washington catch that could have potentially put us in a chance to win the game. And then Fred Johnson, they're doing a little story on him on Monday Night Football. No, it didn't taste well.
Well, nothing tastes well right now.
Well, that's my point.
But so I don't know what they can do, guys. Like I don't. This isn't just plug and play.
Milam's got to play
the only
somewhere.
guy, like you got to put him in,
like,
right?
You drafted him for a reason.
He's got to play.
He's a high draft pick, and right now with what your offensive line is showing, which you have zero confidence really in anybody, yeah, bring him the 3rd-round pick and let's see what he can do.
So could the Jags roll out? Let me just. I don't even know where Ezra Cleveland is health-wise.
We have the chat clamoring for Tyler Shatley, guys.
He's surfing.
I get the. I mean, it's funny.
It is. Wyatt Milam, left tackle. If Ezra Cleveland's up, obviously him. If not, you got to probably go with Van Lanen or Adoga. I don't know. Maybe Van Lanen did not play well. He's played well as a 6th guy. Didn't play well as a starter.
Adoga didn't play well though either.
I know. Hainsey is the only guy I think that's worth counting on. Do you now go Monheim at right guard in place of McCarry? And then, obviously, if Anton Harrison's healthy, which, again, it's going to be something to watch. So this whole thing gets changed around if, like, Anton's out, and then you got to figure Walker Little's got to play if Anton's out, So that's where I'm curious right now where they are at in the building, because you could make changes and say, okay, line change, we're going to try this, and we're going to get some of our younger guys on the field like Milam and Monheim.
Yeah.
But I also just don't know if these guys just look awful against elite teams.
But Brent, okay, let's have this conversation though. If the goal is going to the playoffs, if the goal is still like, and I get this is pie in the sky and wishful thinking, but like I assume Liam Cohen wants to go to the Super Bowl this year, right? I mean, I get it, but like that's what the goal is. That's why you're coaching your ass off. So if that's the conversation, The odds are that if you actually play well enough to go to the playoffs, you're probably going to go get some pretty solid defensive lines. So, like, if the conversation right now is, okay, well, we played against elite defensive lines, like that, it is what it is. Who we playing? The Chargers, okay, they're pretty good, but okay, we got the Titans, then we got the Jets. They're not doing anything. Like, if these are the conversations that we're having, where it's like, okay, the matchups look a little better for the offensive line, so let's keep them in. You can't think like that. You got to think of, you guys were abused against the Houston Texans. And yes, they have great players. There's going to be great players across a lot of rosters. And right now, you don't have any confidence in a lot of these offensive linemen against great players. So if that's the conversation that you're having, I would rather at least call up somebody young and be like, all right, Rook, let's go out there and see what you got. This is why you're here. As opposed to just wishful thinking of, okay, well, hopefully this defensive end's going to be out for the game. Hopefully this defensive tackle. Like, you can't think like that.
Well, I'm not trying to say that. I'm just trying to, do you rush to judgment based on 3 miserable performances against maybe the 3 best defensive lines in the league? And by the way, I'm not telling you that's a great place to be. But I also think, again, this kind of comes back to my Trevor conversation. There's got to be somewhere along the way you say this is the reality of our situation. And we've got to coach it up and plan it up to the best of our ability to win games on a Sunday, this Sunday. Not necessarily, we'll tackle the Houston thing again when it comes down the road, or a Seattle, or in the Super Bowl, or whatever. Like, how do we get to even the play? How do we get to 10 wins? Like, that's what I'm asking for here. And so that's why I'm just not sure. Do you panic like crazy? I know you do. You got the button. And say, boom, get the hell out of here. All these guys who have played miserable against the best 3 defensive fronts maybe in the National Football League. Or, now this is still our best option, rather than the unknown of putting a couple of young guys out there. Like, I think that's what they're in a conundrum to think.
I guess they're in a conundrum.
Because what does Trevor trust too now?
Okay. I guess they're in a conundrum, but at the same time, then I feel bad for Tyson Campbell, because Tyson Campbell had to try to cover Jamar Chase, and Tyson Campbell had to try to cover Nico Collins, who are some of the best wide receivers in the league, and he didn't get the fair shake of saying, well, Tyson Campbell was playing against some really, really, really good wide receivers. He got traded away. They didn't believe in him.
Well, he didn't get an interception for 34 games, but...
Well, he also won the game for the Jaguars against the Texans.
He did.
So we can go back and forth with it. But I think I'm not going to make up the same excuses for the offensive line saying, well, they played against some good defenders. Like, I think a change has to happen eventually.
So, is that the answer? Would you change now?
Yes.
So you'd go with Milam, Monheim?
No, I would literally just change. If it's one thing, then change one thing.
Okay.
But I would at least put effort to say, hey, what happened against Houston, what's happened against the Rams, what happened against the Seahawks, that's not who we are. And I would try to at least put somebody on notice and say, this isn't the Jaguars brand of football.
You watched which one would you change? Was it Walker Little?
I think
who's playing the worst?
Well, pick your poison.
Well,
that's for the last game. Like, to me, and once again, I'm not at every single practice. I don't know what the game plan is going to be against the Chargers, but I think I think Walker Little is definitely up for debate. Yes, in terms of who you would interchange.
Yeah.
Well,
Adoga's not in there a lot.
Well, but if he's going to be counted on, we don't know.
So you start putting him in.
Which you wouldn't really have a need for him right now if you were to get hypothetically Strange back, because Adoga's in there for the jumbo personnel, because that was Cole Van Lanen who was doing well.
And then when
Harrison's good, right? Or do we not know?
I don't know.
That's where the Adoga...
Again, I saw him. He was not in a good way when I saw him in the locker room on Sunday.
So that's where I'm...
Yeah, so, I get it. That's why I'm just asking, like, which one? I could pick 4 guys. So the only guy I'm not changing right now is Hainsey.
Sure.
That played last Sunday.
Right.
Like, again, Makari has been an issue even when healthy. That is not working. Anton might not be healthy. He's, I think, your second best guy outside of Hainsey. And then, again, I think Ezra Cleveland's been fine when he played. Now he's banged up, and that backup isn't great. So maybe just ride it again. But I think Walker Little's been the consistent and just hasn't played well enough. So, I believe, like, if you're going to make a change, assuming Anton's healthy, then I would make the change probably to Walker Little.
Yeah, for
or
sure.
Makari.
If Anton Harrison's healthy.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, like, that's where I think your changes come. And it could be 2 young guys. It could be Milam and Monheim, if you want to put them in those spots, or it could be 1.
Hey,
to your point,
worked well for the Texans playing young guys.
Well, that's true too. Like, that's another thing. Like,
they didn't have any issues.
Well, and maybe just fresher, healthier. bodies as well help. But yeah, it's not like we're talking a bunch of all pros on the Jags offensive front. And it's kind of the way this season has gone, guys. Right now, like that's kind of where we fit. The Jags really liked their offensive line in terms of depth and everything. And the first 3 games were unbelievable. Really, the first 4 games weren't bad, I don't think. It started to get a little shaky on that Kansas City game. But where they are now, where they were, not good. And it just becomes a big problem. Makari got benched that one game. Adoga got back-to-back penalties. They had to put Makari back in. Yeah,
that's exactly what happened.
They did. I mean, and he was on a short leash. Like, Makari's been on a bit of a short leash because it's – and then now he's got like a – I don't know if it's back, was it? But he's got some injuries. I mean, they all play damn hurt. I mean, I get it. I respect the position. But you got to play well.
And listen, without massaging the panic button too much, offensive tackle could be definitely a need of concern next year for the draft.
Oh, without question.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there's another one.
Take the first available left tackle.
Oh, the first round pick.
Wait,
so it might be
either
the
that
second or third.
Either that or the
fourth.
defensive tackle.
Or I meant best available. Like when you get to pick, whatever that is.
I got you. Yeah.
Take the best available.
Oh, hey, I love to get the first defensive tackle and the first available offensive tackle, but hey, man.
Best
screwed. We'll see in 2028, folks.
I'm gonna open up the new stadium and style.
We're just building this. We're just gonna build this toward in 2027 in Orlando, make this team look as terrible as possible, so Orlando doesn't want them.
Good grief.
People are gonna be asking, when is the basketball season in Orlando? When are the Magic playing?
Hey, just to add to your panic button that isn't leaving the screen.
No, it's staying.
How bad? Seriously, how bad has this month gone? If you go back to, I think it starts with the Rams game in London. What was that on, Hamby? Like the 13th of October?
Yeah, that was. The Rams, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was on October 19th.
Oh, 19th.
Okay. Yep.
It's been less than a month.
You had that.
But the Seahawks was ahead of that.
Yeah, the Seahawks. Yeah,
I mean, it wasn't great, but I mean,
that's fair.
That's your full month.
No, let's go back to the 12th. That was bad.
Seahawks was horrible.
That was gross.
Seahawks was
so
disgusting.
There you go.
They had like a 90% pressure rate that game.
Yeah. So Seahawks, then the Rams, then Casey puts out my Trevor Lawrence tweet.
True. That was the bye week blues for you.
Yeah. No.
Then, on top of that,
you almost lost to the Raiders.
No, timeout. You get Travis Hunter getting hurt in practice on the Thursday. Then, but you didn't lose to the Raiders, So, I mean, that's fine.
But still, it kind of got the conversation. It didn't halt the conversations about specific players.
No, but also along that way, Brian Thomas Jr. goes down in that game.
Yeah.
Jordan Lewis goes down in that game. Eric Murray was already on IR. Brenton Strange already on IR. I don't know exactly when that happened. Could be going back to Seattle, but those are some of the things that happened. Then you come out of the Raiders game, and you get really a win and feeling good through 3 quarters. And now fourth quarter happens. Travis Hunter happens. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Like how things have really changed. Brian Thomas Jr., by the way, misses that game. Jordan Lewis misses another game. Eric Murray is IR. Brenton Strange is IR. Anything else happen in that game, Houston, other than the worst loss in franchise history?
I mean, you lost all confidence in some players.
Yeah. You did.
And on top of that, the Colts won. Texans are back in it. And I'll add one other thing. Like, if you want to take this to the state of football, state of Florida and football, if like you're a Gators fan, woohoo! If you're a Knowles fan, yikes!
Hey.
If you're a Miami fan the last month, you had that going. Nope.
We'll always have the Titans, Brent.
At least it's
we'll always have the Titans, man.
It's a terrible month.
The Titans Twitters keep me going through all this. Just watching their fan base react to what's going on. Who's the coach going to be? Is their quarterback the real deal? Like, sometimes you just kind of need that quick bump. Oh, man.
You do.
If you need to pick me up, go on Titans Twitter.
I'll even give you one more yesterday, and I was like, oh, yeah, of course. Of course. Like, they do these, I don't know how it comes across, but I think I saw it this morning or last night. Mason Graham with one of his best games this past Sunday.
Absolute kick in the well.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you mention Caleb Chason?
And Caleb Chason has 6.5 sacks.
Did you mention AFC Player of the Week a couple weeks ago, Caleb Chason?
By the way, in that stretch before the 68-yarder, your kicker couldn't kick.
That too.
Did you mention Caleb Chason has more sacks than Josh Hines and Trayvon Walker combined? Make it bigger. Make it bigger now. Panic button.
By the way,
zoom it up.
I do believe that all the people that said the Jags should keep Caleb Chason over Josh Hines-Allen were now right.
No, chill. Chill. Casey, don't even clip that. Don't clip it.
They were right.
Chill out, man.
I mean, I can't believe there were so many of them that did that.
Sandbox workouts have worked.
Jeez. Yeah.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And now people are out on our GM.
Yeah, I don't think everybody. I think some of that. Again, I think Delphonic might have said it earlier, or somebody said it earlier. Like, I mean, again, the Twitter world is not. I know this. The Twitter world is not the whole world. In many parts, it's not the real world. But I won't say that because we like Twitter. We like that back and forth. But it's also not like the only opinion, right? There's a grocery store opinion that I go to as well, and it's totally different than the Twitter world. But listen, I do think right now we felt so good around even the bye week. Well, like going into the bye week because they come off that loss, and Cohen has that video that comes out, and he's getting all this praise, and you feel really good.
Yeah.
And so you feel good about where everything is at. And honestly, I think things are different, but it doesn't feel that way right now. And I think Baselli, the work he's done, I think the work Gladstone is doing, I think the work Cohen is doing feels different. But I also have said this for weeks, folks, like weeks. That's why these games are so important. It's really hard to claim this is different and it's going in the right direction and all this stuff if you don't finish this off in a reasonable way down the stretch. And that is not to say you got to go to an AFC championship game. And heck, I am not even saying you have to go to the playoffs. I do think, though, you can't sit here and crap the bed over the next 2 months. You can't look like ass on Sunday against the Chargers. You can't. Like, you can't go get the doors blown off you. I got a terrible feeling the Jags are going to be down 17-3 12 minutes into this thing on Sunday. Like, that's where this can't go. Like, this team has to respond. This team that could not make a play in the fourth quarter has to respond Sunday in that football game. Not today in practice. I don't give a damn about that. Sunday in that football game, we have got to see a defensive front that says, screw you guys, we're better than this. A defensive front that plays with a chip. An offensive line that plays with a chip. Listen, the Chargers are good. Right now, they're better than the Jags. But they're not great. They're a beatable football team coming across the country to play the Jags. And a team that you've had some success against. So, recently. They have got to do that. Or this is going to be very difficult to not feel like, where has this shifted? And internally, I think it's shifted in a lot of ways. But the whole idea of shifting things internally is to get the results on Sundays. I think this is a massive 8-game stretch for the Jacksonville Jaguars, and in some respects, a massive football game once again on Sunday here in Jacksonville to show us all that, yeah, this is moving. It might not be a seismic shift overnight in one season, but it is moving in the right direction.
Exactly, and I get it. Like, let's establish one thing right now. And my attitude has definitely changed from the first 4 or 5 games of the season until now. Like, I thought the Jaguars might have been due for, like, the Houston Texans when Ryans took over, right? Like, and I get it. We don't like DeMeco Ryans' Houston Texans here, and I understand it wholeheartedly. But, like, they were a dumpster fire of an organization. Yeah. He comes in and literally turns it around in a year. And they win a division in a year. 1 year is all it took. New regime, new coach, quarterback, changed it all. And once again, like we still have some games to play, but like that's what I was kind of expecting for Liam Cohen. I'm like, wow, we said it ourselves. This looks different. You beat the Houston Texans at home. You beat the Chiefs on Monday Night Football. It had all the makings to be like, oh, so now we're the Texans. Now we're gonna change it in an entire year. And listen, injuries happen, these things happen, and everything. And now we're here. Yes, you still have a winning record and everything, but it doesn't really feel like it at the end of the day. I still have hope for the playoffs, but I get it might be a pipe dream, but I agree with you. Regardless if playoffs are on the table or not, you're playing the Titans twice, you're playing the Jets, you're playing some teams that you should go out there and beat.
Yeah.
And how those games go, I feel like are going to set in tune how the future is going to go. Because you can't afford for the Jets to come in and beat you by like 20. You can't afford to go to Nashville and get embarrassed, get out physicaled by a Tennessee Titans team right now that has one win.
Yeah.
Like that's the old stuff.
I'll get there when I get there.
Okay, but I'm just saying, like,
but
you can see it happening.
But you can't get blown out in this one too. It's a good football team, but you can't sit there at your home, the one game that you play in Jacksonville in front of your fans in like 58 days, and get your ass kicked. I don't care how good the team is. I don't care if you were playing the Super Bowl champs. Like, you have got to respond. If you preach edge and you've changed some of that and this culture stuff, whatever, all of it. We know what they preach: physicality, edge, everything. This is where it shows up. Like, this is where you as an athlete, as a football team, as a franchise, bow up. This is what works. This is how sports work. This is why there's never a layup in the NFL. This doesn't feel good going into Sunday right now. The Jags they're the ones that have to change that.
Andre brings up a pretty good point, actually. And if you look at this, I mean, if you want to look at this season, I guess, as a microcosm of like what you can define it as. You know, we were sitting here saying against that Chiefs game, we sat there and said even the first Texans game, like, wow, we beat the Houston Texans at home. It wasn't pretty, but you got the job done, right? And good teams can get the job done. Set aside from the Panthers, when did it ever look pretty?
No, but here's my response to some of that. And by the way, I've been, I think, pretty realistic about this. I go back to my statistical anomaly.
I guess San Fran looked pretty. I mean,
San Fran was pretty good.
It was pretty.
They've had stretches of football that look really good. 29-10 was pretty good through three quarters. You know, but yeah, not the whole game.
Not the whole game.
But I also think we're talking the reality, folks, is we're talking about a 4-win football team from a year ago. That's had a lot of issues for a long time, but over the last couple of years. So, like, that's the reality. Like, I can take the non-prettiness of this all. If you're gritting out wins and you're showing that edge and you're showing the physicality in the run game the last couple of weeks, even though it's not 180 yards, you're still showing some of those things. Like, I can see that. I don't know if everybody sees that, but I can see some of those things that you're preaching come to fruition. But it's harder to see when you really just inexplicably lose a fourth quarter lead the way you do. And then if you come back home and don't put up a fight on Sunday.
No, for sure. And I get what you're saying there, Brent, but I think like where my distaste and where I'm worried about and why the panic button's just growing and growing by the minute here. Because
it is getting bigger.
As it should be. Because seriously right now, and we'll see if Strange comes back this week, but set aside from that, I think the most consistent, there you go, Hamby, nicely done. I think the most consistent player right now may not be here next year in Travis Etienne. Yep. Josh Hines-Allen, for whatever reason, like isn't producing like we want him to. Trayvon Walker, like this has something to do with it as well. Where I get right now, like you know, you have a winning record, you're still in the playoffs and all this stuff. If we're thinking about next year right now, can they turn it around? Like, can Josh Hines-Allen go back to giving us 12, 13 sacks a season? Can Trayvon Walker go back to getting healthy and giving us double-digit sacks a season? Like, those are questions, too, that I think right now I don't know because I don't know what's happening with that.
Yeah, I don't either. I listen, I don't have the answer. All I care about is this Sunday.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, all I care about is this Sunday. Because guess what? If Sunday they figure out a way, I would say we learned a lot about this football team and the stuff that they are preaching internally. That is a hell of a bounce back. Against a good football team after what we just saw on Sunday in the final hour of that football game and what we continue to see this week where everything seems like it's falling apart. If you can bounce back and find a way to win and elevate your game, hats off to you now. Like, I would respect that a lot.
Yeah.
What I don't respect, well, it's not really respect. What I can't be convinced of is if things are changing, if you come out there and get beat by 2 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns on your home field, and it doesn't look competitive. We know what that looks like. We've been around it long enough. So, yeah, I think this is a huge game in that sense. And by the way, I've got this going through my mind. What's this going to be like? Is this going to be like the 2022 season? Where the Jags, quite frankly, didn't look that good for the first 10 weeks. And honestly, they didn't look unbelievable in some of their wins, but they found a way. They reached down and got like that grit and made plays to beat Dallas, to beat Baltimore, and things started to roll their way. Is it going to be that team that finds something where Trevor lifts them up because he's playing better, where an offense finally clicks, Liam Cohen's offense finally clicks and gets rolling a bit, where Brian Thomas Jr. plays better, maybe because Brent Strange comes back, but they find something where it looks like, wow, this is what it was supposed to look like. We knew it would take time, right? Duval says, well, here we are, week 10. That's when it changed for Tampa. Well, I heard it also changed for Tampa in week 5, okay?
Yeah, man,
so that's not it. When are they going to do it? No. So is it going to be 2022? Because if it is 22, in my mind, it's like, all right, well, wait a minute. If they get to 6-4, they somehow beat the Chargers. That's all we said. Get to 6-4. Hey, you could go to Arizona and win. You should win in Tennessee. Then you get the Colts back here at home where you've won whatever a million times in a row. Then you get the Jets after that. Like, I'm not telling you roll off 4 in a row, but maybe you do. We've seen good stretches of football before in 17 in December and the back half of the year, obviously, in 2022. Or is this 2023? Not that you collapse, because it would kind of feel like one, you were 4-1, but it's that it was smoke and mirrors a lot in 2023. We knew when they won 5 in a row in October in 5 different venues, I think it was, that they were still doing some things that are like, they can't get away with that. They got to fix it, They didn't fix it. Then they got hurt, and the result was this. Well, this year, they haven't fixed a lot of their stuff. They're still kind of floating above water here at 5-3. And then they get the gut punch of all gut punches. Losing again to Houston, blowing the big lead, banged up, Travis Hunter out, all these other things. And are they going to get off the mat? Which one's it going to be? Is it going to be 2022? Or is it going to be 2023? That's what I'm really curious about. And let's hope it's 2022. We'll be back. Brent and Austen Show. The panic button continues to grow. That's up to the Jags to squish that thing back down.
Me. I'm not even here anymore.
Got to squish that thing back down. Brent and Austen Show will be back right after this. When it's time to get a new car for anyone in your family, just remember, nobody but Nimnick, the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Get the latest price breaks on 2023 and 2024 models or the newest 2025 vehicles in the showroom on Phillips Highway or shop online at nimnickbuickgmc.com 24 hours a day. GMC Sierras, Yukons, and the redesigned Acadias, or get the all-new redesigned line with Buicks. It's nobody but Nimnick, and part of the reason why is this is a first-class buying experience here at Nimnick Buick GMC. You're not just a customer, you're a friend. This is about getting a vehicle that best fits you and getting you on the road, and also helping you and your family down the road. Nimnick has a treating you right guarantee, courtesy, respect, fairness. The most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnick. Who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? Nobody but Nimnick. GMC. We are professional grade.
If you look good, you feel good. And the medical professionals here at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics are here to make you feel your best. I'm on camera every week, and I have a confession to make. I'm not always confident in my appearance. Can you see my dark circles? Is my makeup highlighting my fine lines instead of covering them up? I question it all. So when I found out about the wide variety of procedures here at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics, I knew help was just one appointment away. Medical Director Dr. Megan Deacon-Casey and her board-certified physicians have been using the latest in cutting-edge technology for the last 10 years, giving men and women their personal confidence boost. From Botox, fillers, Morpheus 8, and so much more. The hardest part was figuring out what I needed. Thankfully, the medical team walked me through what would work best for me through a free consultation. Come look and feel your best with the team here at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics. Visit them at one of their 2 locations, either over in Ponte Vedra or on the south side.
Baker's Sports. It's a hometown business filled with hometown people trying to make you feel right at home.
Chris Conley, Jacksonville University.
Walker Wright, class of 2018, West Nassau High School.
Michael Young, Fletcher High School.
Baker Sports started in a grassroots way and now outfits much of the Southeast.
Tony Mazzio, Sandwood High School, class of 2002.
High school sports, travel sports, youth sports of all kinds. They are a one-stop shop carrying Nike, Adidas, Under Armour brands, and more.
Vincent Caldes, Oak Leaf High School.
Samuel Coffrin, Paxton School for Advanced Studies.
Whether it's sports teams on the field or it's your team in the workplace, like our Action Sports Jacks team, and community events like the Dream 18 Golf Tournament, and many others.
Cole Tilley, Hilliard High School.
Reagan Webb, Eagles View Academy.
Look good, feel good, play good with Baker Sports. Custom sports apparel since 1997. Shop with the hometown team at bakersport.com.
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jax PAL. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. Their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
It's been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jaxpal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with Jax PAL.
Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
Class A. You love this story, don't you, Hamby? We haven't really talked about it.
That's the pitch.
That's the pitch, right? That was supposed to be a ball.
Yep.
And then Pajes swung at it.
Which is honestly a little ironic.
Yeah, considering he didn't get a hit in the last 2 months of the year, it felt like.
That cost him, and then that was why the Mafia members.
So this is what tipped off?
No. They were tipped off because of how bad the misses were. That were successful.
Okay.
But then this was the one where they went back and found the messages of whoever this third party is, pretty much saying Clase was in trouble because they lost their bet. This was the only mistake, quote unquote, that he made.
So, what's the latest? Did I see something today about some of the wiretap stuff or whatever, or like they're talking about like rooster fighting?
Oh,
as well, or
okay, I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
But the story for anybody that hasn't heard is that Clase, who is one of the best pitchers
really
in
good.
baseball,
Really good.
relievers, closers, that he brought in this other guy because when the story initially broke, it was this other guy first, and then Clase was the second domino. But Clase is actually the guy who brought in the other guy into this whole scheme, allegedly.
Huh. Yeah, allegedly, Hamby, nicely done.
The
Luis Ortiz is the other guy's name.
Yeah,
he's already in jail, I believe.
What I don't understand about all this stuff is this wasn't like an enormous amount of money.
No, it was like $5,000. Well,
$7,000. I think I saw.
well, that's what they would be paid. Class A.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Right,
this is an
and-
enormous amount of money for these guys.
That's a game check. And
Well, yeah. To put it in perspective, last year he was guaranteed $6.4 million, I believe,
in his contract.
In his contract, and this year would have been
Makes no sense.
10, or next year would have been 10, and the year after, I believe, was an option for another 10 guaranteed.
Well, and he was pitching well, so he would have got paid.
Well, yeah, he would have gotten paid.
And the NBA guys, by the way, are making like Chauncey Billups doesn't need money.
No.
And
Well, even Rozier's
even
probably
Rozier-
making what,
I mean,
$5
shoot,
million?
if you play 4 minutes in the NBA, you get like $8 million.
Yeah. I just think, Brent, and once again, I'm not about that life, but I assume like they get in deep with these people, and it's like you don't have a choice.
Yeah, it's almost like they got dirt on you. And
Well, then you're
they'll-
screwed.
they'll expose
Exactly.
you.
Yeah. Once you get in, you're done.
But also, like, hey, professional athletes just have the wherewithal to go, hey, let's not get involved and put myself in that situation.
So they're both facing up to 20 years in prison for wire fraud conspiracy, 20 years for honest services wire fraud conspiracy. I don't know the delineation between those two. And then 20 years for money laundering conspiracy and 5 years for conspiracy to influence sporting events by bribery.
How does this work, like, in terms of, like, the records and everything? Like, is any better that plays against these guys? Like, do they take those numbers out now? Like, how does that work?
Good question. They won't. I don't think so. I haven't seen anything on that. I don't think
Okay.
they will. But that's a good question. Like, I don't know how they would treat something like that. Be fascinating if they gave up like Judge's 60-second home run.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you got. I just can't imagine they do anything like that. But you know, I guess in some way I can't wait until the detailed article comes out or the 30 for 30 comes out or whatever, because we know this stuff appears to be deep. This isn't just one-off stuff. All of a sudden, this appears to be pretty deep, and who knows if we'll ever know how deep it is. But it's so fascinating to kind of what you said. Like, I almost feel like there's a little bit of a sympathy potential play in here if they got in with something and couldn't get out just because of family and other things.
Let
you
me
know?
add one more
I mean, I don't know if
detail,
I've seen
though.
too many movies or what, but I get that angle of it.
Sure.
And, this is kind of in a totally different way. Like, do you see Justin Blackmon's going to be inducted into like the Ring of Honor at Oklahoma State this weekend?
Oh, I didn't see that.
And
cool.
Good for him. I don't know if that means he's doing better. But my point in that is, like, there's like this almost anger sometimes when you get a situation like that from a fan base or an organization standpoint. And then there's like a sympathetic view of this. Like, he to me is such an example of how addiction plays.
Yeah.
Because to throw away what he threw away because of addiction is like, man, that is just amazing.
Yeah,
like, who would do that, right, in their right mind? And so you almost have this almost sympathetic view to something like that. But this is totally different in that sense. And I might not need to be sympathetic to some of these people. I'm just saying, I wonder if we get to that point because they were in so deep that they didn't have another choice. Because it seems so idiotic.
No, it does. And, like, listen, if we could sit here and say common sense would say do this, I'm sure they have those conversations as well. I just think, like, they're in a situation where they can't get out of it.
Yeah.
Let me read you this because this almost makes it seem like there's reason for less sympathy. This Class A, this is an ESPN article, Class A provided money to bettors to gamble on his behalf, texted with bettors during games, and later was joined in the scheme by Ortiz. It says, by April 2025, the indictment said Class A requested and received bribe and kickback payments in exchange for agreeing to throw specific pitches. One day after throwing a pitch that hit the grass in front of home plate about 10 feet short, Class A texted one bettor asking if he had gambled on the pitch, according to the indictment. When the bettor affirmed that he had, the indictment said Class A asked for money to be sent to the Dominican Republic, where Class A, Ortiz, and the bettor are from, for repairs, quote, at the country house.
Yeah, so. Yeah, listen, I'm not
Doesn't
telling you
that
that
make
there
it
should
seem
be.
like there's less of blackmail, more?
No, he's just being
he's in on it.
You're an idiot.
Yeah, he's in on it. Yeah,
Like,
that's what it makes it
That's
seem.
what it is. Yeah.
Hey guys, another odd story just to get to. Did you see the story where Billy Napier was at Georgia practice?
I did not see this.
Right? Is that the story? Right? He was at practice.
He was at practice, yeah.
And obviously, Gator fans are like losing their minds, I'm assuming.
Yeah, they're like, oh, great, Vernell Brown and Dallas Wilson are going to be dogs next year in the transfer portal.
He'll
bring Billy Napier on as the receivers coach, and all of a sudden those guys will be dogs.
You think Billy knows what he's doing here? Like, you think this is?
I don't know. I
feel like it's kind of a setup.
Well, in terms of that's where he's going to end up.
Well, no.
Or
just
this is like an FU to Gator fans.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I got to be honest with you, like, I think the FU to Gator fans should be the $20 million that I'm getting to walk away and didn't really do my job that great.
That he spent out on the Mercedes-Benz during the Florida-Georgia weekend?
Yeah. I think that should be. But I also think, like, if I'm getting hammered non-stop for 2 years and the stuff that he probably heard, I kind of get it.
Yeah.
Oh, forget it, man.
I kind of get the.
Listen,
I kind of get the.
Yeah.
The play.
I mean, at the end of the day, you kind of brought on yourself, right? You're calling the plays and everything.
You signed up to the gig.
It's what you signed up for. But yeah, I mean, if I'm getting booed walking off the field and everything, and everyone wants to say I'm throwing middle fingers. Check this out. I'm in Georgia now. How do you like me now?
It's a.
I may go to Tennessee next. We'll see.
The other thing that's kind of flying around as well. I mean, Georgia plays Texas on Saturday. Florida, right there with Texas. Can Napier give some insight on how to beat Texas as well?
Yeah, I mean, maybe, why not?
Yeah.
I'm a little surprised, actually, you're allowed to do that. And I've always wondered this. Like, in the season, like Brian Dable could go to Buffalo right now. Brian Dable could come down to Jacksonville right now. Brian Dable could go, who are the Giants playing with Jameis Winston coming up this week?
Is it the Packers?
Brian Dable could go to the Packers. Didn't Robert Saleh go to the Packers?
Yes.
I think he did.
Yep.
And it's like, I don't know what the rules and regs are for that, but I also think that's a little shady in my opinion. You're getting paid to finish out the year and do your thing. Like, I'm not saying you should be in prison.
No, but
you can't go anywhere. But I just don't think you should be allowed to help out another team in any capacity.
Well, it might also hurt your chances for the next coaching cycle. Like, if you do that. Like, a team might see that and be like, hey, why are you doing, like, it doesn't make you look good.
Yeah, it feels like it's more common practice, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
It's common, but, like, there might be some teams out there that are like, yeah, we don't want this kind of shady behavior.
I saw a great, I saw a great tweet. I read, I don't know where it is now. I read it to Ty last night. Like, fired head coaches in college football, they become assistants. Fired head coaches in basketball, they become basketball analysts on ESPN.
Uh-huh.
Fired head coaches in baseball, sales rep at Dick's Sporting Goods. It's like,
fair.
It's so true, man. I mean, those sports kids get into basketball and football.
Yeah.
Because it's an endless cycle of, oh, yeah, come on over, Billy. Yeah, just thanks for helping us beat your ass for the last few years. Now come join the team.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's the way the business is. It's just a friendly. I mean, that's the way the world is. In the NFL, it's like that. In college football, it's like that. It's a fraternity. Yep. And that's why you see guys shaking hands after games and smiling when they lose. And that's why that's such a relationship business. That's important. And that's why I always say, in a weird way, you'll never have the fan and the people in the action feel the exact same way. They just can't. It's two different worlds.
Yeah.
They can't. Now, you could get some of those guys and they would be like, maybe they're rooting for the LA Lakers.
Yeah.
And they'll get pissed off about that. But not in their world. Like, it's just they have to hang in a different world. Saleh was the first best man. They were college roommates, kind of different. They're all their best men and best friends. They're all friendly. I don't really think that changes it.
Yeah.
Now, listen, you could still do it in my opinion, from a computer. Zoom calls, whatever. You could help out. Hey, what do you think about this? I want to get an opinion. That they're probably doing anyway. Like, I mean, Liam Cohen's probably doing that with his dad.
No doubt.
Right?
But
so
what's
that's
the
fine.
difference?
But
It's
to
just
be
the
at
optics?
the field, the optics of it, I think, are goofy to me.
Yeah. They're goofy, but, like, if Kirby Smart comes out and said, yeah, me and Billy chatted for, the past week for about an hour a pop, it's the same thing.
And it will be wild, to your point, if all of a sudden Dallas Wilson's in Georgia next year.
Yeah.
Well, he would have to be on staff.
Well, yeah, but He probably will be on staff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But yeah,
what's Billy Napier going to do next year? Get a head job.
He could be an OC at a lot of places, but not at Georgia. But he could be the receiver coach.
Yeah, would he go back to Louisiana Lafayette or whatever if their job opened? Yeah, it's just pretty wild. All right, let's do this. Break a break. Talk a little more college football coming up because we're going to visit with the TaxSlayer Gator Bowl and Greg McGarity over there and get the latest on the rankings. More rankings came out.
Can't wait.
You love the rankings.
Can't wait.
Laying down the law a little bit later on. Back to the Jags. What did Liam Cohen say today? And we've got still a few more topics on the Jags we haven't even got to this week, where we'll talk a little bit more about your Jacksonville Jaguars as they try to turn the page and take on the Chargers. I do want to ask you, you got to remind us about your story where you were the Chargers game. I thought Hamby had a story, too. I know your story, but I don't know all the details of it, Austen, the timeline. Mm-hmm. But we're kind of working on a story for a countdown to kickoff this Sunday on where everybody, kind of, do you remember where you were? Like, were you there? Did you leave early? Did you miss it? We've got some folks say they're on vacation or had to go on vacation. Stuart has his own story where, he was celebrating his grandmother's, 100th birthday, had it planned in the Netherlands.
Oh, wow.
And so missed that game. Got back for the Kansas City game.
Okay. But
missed that game. So, again, some reasons are probably really good, and other ones, I couldn't watch anymore. There are those. We'll be right back on the Brent and Austen Show.
If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit. When you hear that, you think Bono's Pit Barbecue, a staple in Northeast Florida now for 75 years. A place that feels like home with friendly service, a meeting place for friends, family, or business occasions. On the menu, the corn nuggets are a favorite in our house, but there's something for everyone. Sandwiches, platters, salads, sides, desserts, and family feasts. You see Bono's all over the place in Northeast Florida. There are almost 20 locations in the Jacksonville area now, so stop on by, sit down, and dine in with Bono's. You can also take it to go. There are drive-thrus in many of the locations, and they have delivery options too. Just download the Bono's app to make things easy. I signed up for the loyalty program, and you can too, to get special offers. If Jacksonville is home, few things feel more Jacksonville than Bono's Pit Barbecue. Celebrate 75 years and many more to come. Bono's Pit Barbecue. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
People helping people. It's at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From the start in 1954 to today, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. I had a chance to see that commitment firsthand as Alive partnered with our Action Sports Jacks 24/7 team to bring you Armada men's and women's soccer broadcasts. Inside the 18, it is a shot, and it's a goal! Chloe Chivers! And that connection to the community continues with Alive Credit Union's support of the Police Athletic League of Jacksonville. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of all first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing is taking their 75-plus years of expertise and expanding to CGC Home Services. Water treatment and plumbing is still a big part of what they do, and now they can do even more for you. Home services like kitchen and bathroom remodeling, showers, sinks, faucets, toilet repair, backflow testing, and the list keeps going. Find all they can do at cgchomeservices.com or give them a call, 904-298-7052. It's a new look and a new name with the same expertise. They've been serving homes like yours since 1946. CGC Home Services, right here in Jacksonville off St. John's Bluff Road, 904-298-7052. And visit cgchomeservices.com. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
We've been telling you about the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network for over a year now. How to find it, what to see. Simply put, it's TV online. Local sports content all day, every day. Just like this.
Did you always want to make history? Like, think that big, or just say, hey, I want to play in the NFL?
I always say I wanted to play in the NFL.
That's it back to her left side, takes a shot, and into the back of the net.
Oh, what a pass.
Oh, my goodness.
What a pass.
And they have been. We've been talking, we've been articulating.
I did have a sense that they wanted to be bold, that they wanted to make a splash.
It's content you won't find on TV. Find it on actionsportsjacks.com and just sit back and watch local sports all day on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
Grab some friends and go to a restaurant, or head out for a drink and some conversation. Watch your favorite team play on the big screen. Or how about play some games? You can do all of that in one night at Best Bet. Each location has a different vibe, its own personality, like here at the original Best Bet in Orange Park. When you walk through these doors, everybody knows your name. And here in St. Augustine, it's the newest location. Play some poker. How about the table games? And don't forget about Ace's Sports Bar and Grill. And then there's the Jacksonville location, right here on Monument Road. It's the biggest poker room in the state of Florida. Maybe you'll find yourself a seat right here at the final table. Best Bet, where you can have the best of times. And that makes you always go home a winner. Try any of the 3 locations, and you can always visit bestbetjacks.com.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
College football playoff bracket presented by the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl here as our coverage of the college football playoff. And as we hit mid-November, we are in mid-November, a couple weeks away from Thanksgiving tomorrow.
Crazy.
No, nuts. It does happen fast. Like after October, man, it really starts to happen fast. And we're getting that nice weather, too, right now, which is kind of fun. It was cold yesterday, man. I was at a softball game for a few hours. Woo-hoo, I was freezing. Alabama, Ohio State, Texas A&M, Indiana. And then I think what the interesting ones are is that South Florida, right, has jumped into that, where it was Memphis, but Memphis lost. So you've got that, and then you got Notre Dame sitting there as well.
Texas Tech up 2 spots.
Miami.
BYU.
How much movement do you think we get from here, Hamby? We've got a few weeks to go, so.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see a lot of movement in the top 4. I do think we're going to see a decent bit of movement in the back half. I think we'd be kind of kidding ourselves if we thought this was locked in based off of everything that we've seen this season. I think it'd be a little naive to just think, oh, well, everybody's all, passed their tests. I mean, Texas could very well lose to Georgia this Saturday.
Then they're out.
Then they would, as long as, but Oklahoma at 11 is playing Bama this Saturday, which I personally think that Oklahoma has a better shot of beating Bama than Texas does of Georgia, specifically because of the type of defense that Oklahoma plays. However, you could still have it. There are still teams at 13, 14, and 15 that could hypothetically work their way in this thing.
This is wishful thinking here. If A&M loses to Texas, which could very well happen last week of November, does A&M immediately lose their top 4 spot?
Yeah, that's a good one. That's what I was curious, too. I guess it depends what Ole Miss does and Georgia does and Oregon does and Texas Tech does.
It takes a while to get there,
but,
I know.
But probably. I would say so? Probably.
Because, see, here's my argument. When once again, Alabama's got to win out and everything, and that could be a challenge with Texas. But say Alabama finishes with 1 loss, and say A&M loses a hard-fought battle to the Texas Longhorns last game of the regular season. Is it recency bias, or do you look at Alabama and say, well, they got beat by Florida State, so no, and A&M, kind of deserves that top 4 spot?
Yeah, I think you could make the case that if you're going that 4 best teams, right, and how you feel about it, all that stuff, then I think A&M could sit there. They could stay there. I think you could also argue A&M could be easily the number 2.
Yeah,
right now.
But see, to me, what it comes down to is what means more: the recency bias or the worst
quality
loss.
Win, yeah,
or the worst loss.
Usually, I think the recency bias plays a big role. And I'm not sure that's a wrong thing. Like the football team that played in late August should be counted, but I'm not sure it should be fully measured of where you're getting into. And look at me defending Alabama a little bit. But
well, I think it's the same way with Notre Dame. If their back-to-back losses came last week and the week before, I don't think they'd be number 9.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they wouldn't be ranked. They'd probably be in the 15 range or whatever. I just don't think they'd be 9. But because it was back-to-back to start the season, and they've rattled off, I don't know, 7 straight wins, then, they're building momentum, the recency, whatever, then they're at 9.
Yeah, but see, I can sit here and say, Hamby, with Notre Dame, you got beat by you got beat by A&M. That's
and
legit
Miami.
loss. And Miami, which I don't think is a really legit loss anymore at all. Compared to Oregon, who, I get it. It was a bad loss, but you got beat by Indiana, who's number 2. So, why is Notre Dame and Oregon right next to each other?
yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's a fair argument to be had. And will they be? What has Oregon got left? They got another big test coming?
I don't believe so.
No, I think
They're about done.
I think they're about done.
So Hamby, who do you think?
Oh, they have USC at home.
Okay. So Hamby, who if the door opens, who do you think can get it? I mean, BYU and Oklahoma right there. But again, Oklahoma could easily they got Alabama.
They have Alabama this week.
That's going to be a huge game
in
because
Tuscaloosa.
That's going to be a huge game, and I don't think Oklahoma's going to win. I wouldn't put money on Oklahoma to win. So they could be out, right, with 3. You just said Texas and Georgia.
And then Texas plays A&M at the end of the year.
They do. I know. They've still got 2 tough ones still to go.
So then you're looking at like a Vandy.
BYU, Utah, Vanderbilt, Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech would have to slide in somewhere. They've got 1 loss, right?
Right. I mean, I think there's a possibility that even Tennessee, all the way down at 23.
They got 3 losses already.
I think there's a possibility a 3-loss SEC team makes it as the 11. That Miami would go to 10 on this graphic. They'd be bumped up. And then the 11, because that's really the last spot, obviously, outside of the group of 5 team, could go to a 3-loss SEC team, whether that's Texas, Oklahoma, Vandy, or Tennessee. I don't think it would go to a 2-loss Utah above a 3-loss SEC. That's just what I mean, first of all, I think that's the way it should be. And I also believe, separate from that, that's what the committee would do as well.
Hey, by the way, too, the domino effect here as we get our college football conversation presented by TaxSlayer Gator Bowl here. And the SEC and the ACC are going to face off here in Jacksonville on that December 27th game. So where these teams land, the domino, I mean, you could get right now the way it's shaken out because of all the parity, going to get a pretty good football team, I think, playing here in Jacksonville with the SEC and ACC. So that is something to watch. And by the way, on that 27th, the TaxSlayer tailgate party will be followed by official pregame show featuring the Navy Band Southeast. Kickoffs at 7:30.
Let's go.
On Bill Gray grounds at Everbank Stadium. Don't miss college football pageantry on display. It's all happening. TaxSlayer Gator Bowl. Game tickets and hospitality packages on sale now. TaxSlayerGatorBowl.com. Still a lot to be determined over the next few weeks when it comes to Greg McGarity and his staff, what the TaxSlayer Gator Bowl will get here in Jacksonville. But again, kind of a unique day on December 27th, but a good time slot as well, as they should have a lot of eyeballs on this football game, and hopefully a lot of fans excited about that game as well in the seats here in Jacksonville. I've got another question for you guys on this. Who do you think, and it can't be Texas, Miami, South Florida, the one-loss team or undefeated team that you would say is in the most jeopardy to make the playoffs? If you had to kick one out, because right now they all look pretty solid, don't they? Based on everybody else, you would claim that they look pretty solid. Who do you think has a chance to get bumped?
I'd have to see the schedules. Who does Ole Miss have left?
They play Florida this week.
Okay.
They are 17-point favorites in that game.
And then Mississippi State.
So, Egg Bowl,
but Alabama plays Oklahoma, Eastern Illinois, and at Auburn in the Iron Bowl.
Eastern Illinois, interesting.
Eastern Illinois is going to be tough.
It's not going to be Texas Tech.
It's not
they're
Tony
hosting...
Romo's Eastern Illinois team.
That's true.
Texas, Georgia plays Texas and Georgia
Charlotte.
Tech. I know you don't like this conversation. But they play Texas and Georgia Tech.
Bring back that panic button.
No, I would say, look, by the schedules alone, the answer here, I think, is Georgia. If we're not counting Texas.
Indiana's got wins Wisconsin and Purdue, by the way.
And Texas Tech has UCF and West Virginia, the two worst teams in the Big 12. So Texas Tech is in.
Something funny.
Their punter's the real deal.
He's not.
Funny.
Led the team in. He led the team in passing. Did you know that?
I know that.
Okay.
By the way, Texas A&M has South Carolina and Texas left.
Their punters 1-0.
So if they can get by South Carolina, they're in. If they were to lose to South Carolina and Texas, would they still be in? Texas A&M?
Yes, they would.
You think so?
Yeah.
So they're locked.
I would say yes.
Oregon, just as you guys said, USC and Washington. Washington could be tricky.
On the road at Washington.
Could be tricky. Wasn't tricky for Wisconsin.
No, listen, and I mean, I get we're a family now. I guess that has to bleed green because of my son. But I'm not sold on Oregon. I'm really not. They have speed and talent, but if you watch a lot of their games this year, the Wisconsin game, take that off the table because it was a rainy, trashy kind of game. The Iowa game was rainy as well, but I'm not sold on. If you want to talk about the Big Ten rankings right now, obviously Indiana's above them, obviously Ohio State's above them, but I think they're more in a tier with Iowa or something. I don't think Oregon's what everyone is touting them to be right now.
Yeah, well, that's I think a sign of some of the parity going on.
There's an interesting
Texas Tech has
storyline.
UCF and West Virginia, by the way. They should win the next two games.
There's an interesting storyline with Notre Dame because they have one more test kind of left, and it's Pittsburgh this week.
Yeah.
And then they host Syracuse, who has been terrible without their starting quarterback, and then at Stanford,
who's bad.
Other than the FSU
did you
win.
see the Pittsburgh's coach?
That's where I'm getting. So this is pretty much Notre Dame winning you're in, losing you're out.
Yeah.
This is their season.
Yeah, they have no rope left, obviously.
They have none. But for Pittsburgh, who's sitting at 23, this game of their last three matters the least because then they host Georgia Tech, then they host Miami. They still technically have an outside shot to go to the ACC championship and potentially to the playoff.
Well, if they were to beat Notre Dame, Georgia Tech, and Miami, and they go 10-2, they're sitting in the 22 hole right now in the rankings. If they get any kind of chaos, why wouldn't they climb up? That'd be a hell of a 3-week stretch.
Yeah.
But the coach is this game doesn't matter. Right? I mean, essentially said, this game doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because Notre Dame's not in the ACC. Well, hell yeah, it matters. Yeah. In a crazy college football world where we're in right now, you got 12 teams. You still got a chance.
Yeah, I'll ask one more.
Fans did not like that.
No, they didn't.
I was going to ask a question too quick, Hamby.
Go ahead.
Out of the way it looks right now, what is the I say highest seed in terms of the number. What is the highest seed that can actually win a championship right now from what you see?
I'm going to go lower than what Brent's going to say. I'll say 5.
Oh, I would argue. I mean, again, they're down here for a reason. Well, I would argue Notre Dame, but I would even argue Texas. I mean, he's playing better.
He is.
And they've got a good defense. Sure. He's playing better, and they've got a good defense. And so if they get in, I don't think anybody would want to play them.
See, I think I go 6 at the most, but I feel about Tech. But once again, these numbers are all going to change in terms of teams and everything. But theoretically, I'm going 6 right now of the teams that can actually win a national championship.
All right, one more here outside of Georgia, Hamby. Who would be the coolest champ if it were to start today? Would be the fun. I mean, is it Indiana?
No,
Ole Miss?
I think. I mean, can you imagine Lane Kiffin on Twitter? Yeah, to me, it's Ole Miss.
Yeah. What about Texas Tech though?
No, because okay, so
guys, the answer is Indiana.
And I know.
You think so?
I think that's the answer.
I think that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Because Signetti fun, by the way, in his own way.
Of course.
But I personally would hate it if Texas Tech won it.
Same. And maybe it's not the right thing because Pat McAfee spoke of this in College Game Day. He said Texas Tech is what the NIL was invented for.
Yeah.
Is a team like that.
Like even a team like Indiana, who has massively benefited from NIL, it still has the feel of ground up, built your program, years in the making, all that stuff. Texas Tech is literally one and done.
Yeah,
well,
see, I don't
know
like
if they're
that.
done. I mean, we'll find out.
Well, okay, 1 year. This is they built nothing.
They didn't build anything. I don't know.
But-
Indiana's a big NIL place.
Well, they have expanded it.
Okay.
And they've since spent a decent bit of money.
But
it's
they
not
were
like
in the playoff last year, so that felt like the building block
Of
to
course,
this.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, Wisconsin's going to beat them and knock them out anyway, so it's not a big deal. I think, okay, see, I'm going for Ole Miss here just because, like, in the mighty SEC, I always felt like Ole Miss was never in the top tier. Like, they always threatened it, but, like, they're never in the top tier. Like, I think if Ole Miss wins it, and I know that I'm kind of with you, you hate parity, Hamby, but, like, to me, that invigorates, I think, a conference with something new, and that's exciting. Like,
I would agree. I think
it'll be
fun.
You wouldn't mind it?
I wouldn't. As long as, obviously, I would mind it because it wasn't Georgia, but
which team would piss you? Okay, but besides Georgia, obviously, and we'll take Alabama because they've had so much success.
Yeah, Alabama would piss me off.
Which team would piss you off the most if they won from the SEC, if they won the championship? A&M, Ole Miss, Texas, Oklahoma, we'll say if they're in there.
I would say not Bama.
No, just because Bama's come on.
You don't want Alabama. You don't want Ohio State.
Then I would take Texas.
You take Texas?
Yes.
I would probably take Texas too because I feel like Texas is like an average football team that in today's which I like. I like the parity. In most years, they wouldn't even be sniffing a chance.
See,
but they actually sniff a chance because of the way the setup is, and they're going to have to prove it still.
And
so
that
they
goes
would have
back
earned their way in,
to the conversation weeks ago that we had about, man, in college football, I appreciate excellence. And so, like, it's kind of, Brent, like what you're saying, they don't feel like a deserving champion even if they do go on a run, because at no point in these first 9 weeks have they ever shown us that they're an excellent team.
Yeah.
So it would feel almost too much like, fluky at the end. They just got hot, which sometimes that's fun. Sometimes it's not. If a team had the expectation, failed them all, then just gets hot at the end. Does that make sense?
No. It definitely makes sense.
Like if a team gets hot at the end, but they didn't have the expectations at the start.
Of course,
that's fun.
This is like almost like a basketball Cinderella. Like you don't want. I don't know. See, and this is where I'm more of like a purist. I don't need a Cinderella story in college football.
You don't.
I don't.
I
really.
agree, 100%.
No, I really don't. But I'll say this much about Texas. Like,
that's
see,
a bad sports
my answer is Texas A&M just because I think they're weird with their whole. They're just weird.
They'd be annoying.
They're weird.
But the Elko
and
story
weird,
is pretty good.
That's fine. Okay, they're those yell chants that they do midnight. Like no, weirdos don't deserve to win. So
not a baby.
Yeah. So I don't like A&M.
Yeah.
But
send that one out and see how that one does. Casey.
I don't care. Tell me I'm wrong. Watch the midnight yell and tell me that they're not weirdos.
Screw you, A&M.
Yeah. Like I mean I don't know what you want me to tell you. Like anybody outside of A&M is gonna agree with me, Brent. So maybe if you do want numbers, check it out. But tell me I'm wrong. But no, I would like to. I mean, once again, I don't want to see Texas win it. But like, if I had to pick a team, I wouldn't mind seeing Texas win it, just because like, what a sweet storyline for Arch Manning to hoist up the trophy, and to be like, oh hey, you guys remember me from week 1, week 2? What you're
Screw
saying?
You guys,
check this out.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, that'd be pretty wild. One last one, and then we.
I got one more.
Okay, well, I got one for you. Notre Dame. Would it be a good champ, or are people still not like? Because there's always like this line in the sand on Notre Dame, but I feel like that.
Yeah,
I feel like with Marcus Freeman.
Yeah, it's crazy because I was cheering from last year.
Yeah, see,
this year's
that's
different.
what we were talking about last year.
They
Right?
tendered up a little bit.
People forget Brent real quick.
Yeah,
I forgot.
So now you're back on the screw Notre Dame.
Yeah, well, unless it's like Notre Dame, Ohio State again.
Yeah. And that was a little bit of part of it, right?
Oh,
like people have Alabama, Ohio States have almost annoyed people more than now Notre Dame.
I mean,
Marcus Freeman is so much more likable than Brian Kelly.
Yeah,
all those.
Like,
guys.
listen,
he seems like a great dude.
If it's gonna be like Notre Dame versus Alabama, Notre Dame versus Ohio State, Notre Dame versus A&M for like the championship, then let's go Notre Dame.
Yeah.
But like if it's like two,
Notre Dame, Texas Tech.
Oh, Texas Tech all day.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah,
I'm
not cheering for the NIL to win out in that with Texas Tech, but I'm going Texas Tech.
Yeah.
All right, I've got two actually, real quick.
No such thing as real quick.
Is Georgia Tech thinking that they've been screwed? They're 5-1 in the conference.
Yeah.
8-1 overall.
Who they lose to again?
They lost to NC State. At NC State that was their last game.
Yeah, I don't know if they're screwed yet.
They haven't had a great win.
Yeah, well, that's
other than Clemson, obviously,
Georgia would be
which doesn't count.
They do.
But just from the simple fact of we have one loss, Miami's got 2. Why are they 11 and we're 16? It's not even like that we're 12 or 13. We're 16.
Yeah, probably.
It's probably the quality of wins, though, right? Because you can say Miami beat Notre Dame and all this stuff again.
Yeah, at least they have that win. But I tell you, like the SMU loss was bad for Miami, and so was the other one, right? Louisville wasn't great.
Yeah.
So they don't have a good loss. Is my point.
The ACC is kind of weird.
Well, the ACC is bad right now.
The ACC is like the mid SEC, where it's like they kind of all eat each other, but it's like you're all mid. So.
But they could sneak into our point, right? Pittsburgh, they have a path. Georgia Tech, path.
Georgia Tech definitely has a path because Miami plays Pittsburgh at the end on the road. So if Pittsburgh were to lose to Notre Dame, but then beat Miami, then they have 3 losses. They're way out if Georgia Tech handles business, and they play Pitt. If they beat Pitt, even if they lose to Georgia, they have 2 losses, but only one's in conference. They're definitely in the ACC championship. If they win, they're in.
Yeah. So but I think your point is right. That they could have a little beef, but not yet. They've got time to prove that beef.
Yeah. One more. Out of the 12 teams here, Austin, Georgia's in the national championship. How many teams out of these 11 others are you rooting for that team
to beat Georgia?
Actually, how many teams are you rooting for Georgia to beat them?
Okay, so out of the 12 teams here, what teams would actually want to see Georgia beat? Is that what you're saying here?
Correct.
Okay. Question.
Would you rather Georgia beat Ohio State?
I would rather Ohio. No, I'd rather Ohio State win. Sorry, man.
Really?
No. Okay, so listen, I'll
go Big
I'm
Ten.
gonna give you kind of a little bit. I'm gonna give you the teams right now, Hamby. I would want Georgia to beat A&M, Bama, and it's gonna stop there.
Not Texas?
Really?
No.
You would rather Miami win?
Hey man, bring back the U. I think that's good for football. And like Texas, once again, it's more of the Arch Manning story.
You'd rather Cinderella South Florida win?
Oh, hey.
I would.
Yeah, and once again, like this goes against my argument of like the Cinderella story. But like
Texas Tech though.
The thing with Georgia is him because you guys have won a lot. Like
yeah, but we don't. And do we have that feel?
I do. Hamby, I do a show with you 5 days a week. I feel it every day of my life.
No, but
I wake up, I get ready for the show, and I feel it. I walk out of the studio,
all I see
and
is
I feel it. I feel it every day.
People got really tired of Bama. I got it.
That's why I have Georgia beating Bama.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do people feel, do you guys, not even just your personal opinion, but what your personal opinion of what the college football world thinks, are they tired of Georgia in the same way that they're tired of Ohio State and Alabama?
Getting close, but I don't think so just yet. Getting close.
I'm not going to lie. I'm a little tired of Kirby Smart.
Well, I think down here, you could say, yeah, but you're asked like around the country.
Yeah.
I don't think it's around the country like that. I think, and I will say this, even me, like I've been tired of Alabama before, been guilty of it. I do think with DeBoer in there now and this new kind of blood, even new court, like it doesn't feel like the same Alabama that you're rooting against. Like I think Alabama's turn. I think I'd be pretty impressed with Alabama, how good a coach he is. And they almost bought him out.
Yeah.
After winning the lottery, some woman, right, in week 2. And to come back, that's a pretty nice story if it didn't have Alabama next to it, right? So, like, I think there's actually, like, I don't have this distaste. I never had distaste for Alabama. I'm just saying I was kind of over it. And I'm not there with Georgia yet. Like, I'm fine if Georgia wins. Maybe one more.
Listen, like, if Alabama
done with Ohio
wins,
State,
if Alabama wins, like, that Florida State law, I don't know, man. Like, I get it was the first game of the season and everything.
It just doesn't sit right.
It doesn't feel right.
Humanly understand.
Like, I can see Georgia, okay, you guys got beat by Alabama. Okay, I get it. SEC, it happens.
Yeah.
Florida State? And you win a national championship?
Yeah, but
I know it's first game. I know.
Hat tip to him, I think, in a way, right? To be able to bounce back, keep it together.
Yeah.
I mean, literally had people calling for his job.
Florida State's fans will be in the comments. Should have put us in the playoff. we beat Alabama. What more do you want from us?
They should start having an
NIT. Kurt Herbstreit, get us in there. Let's go.
We should just play an NIT in Florida.
An NIT?
Yeah. The FIT, Florida Invitational Tournament, presented by Action Sports Jack's 24/7 network.
Who's
on
the
the
best
network.
Team? I like
we'll
it.
pony up the dollar.
Yes. Well,
who's the best
by
team
the way,
in Florida?
South Florida can't even be in it this year.
I know, right?
Like, but we'll have Florida State,
Florida
USF,
Atlantic, bring them on.
Miami, Florida Atlantic, FIU.
International, we're going
Cookman,
international,
FAMU.
worldwide.
Just totally forgetting UCF. Wow, was that
UCF.
irrelevant?
Are they still playing?
Stetson.
Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
Just got to have our own.
JU's alumni team. They get in.
Yeah, put Florida A&M in there, Brent. Let's go.
I did.
Okay, my bad.
I got the Rattlers, forgot about UCF.
Did y'all see that fight at Bethune-Cookman?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
All right.
Fights in football shouldn't happen. I'm a little surprised they don't more often, but they shouldn't happen. They're dangerous.
They are dangerous. They should happen more in baseball and actually throw
I
punches.
100% agree.
All right, noon hour ahead. We go back to the Jags. What did Liam Cohen have to say today? And where were you when the Jags came back to beat the Chargers? Us laying down the law. Judge Kurtz is in the house when we come back. That is our college football talk presented by TaxSlayer Gator Bowl coming up on December 27th. By the way, make sure you get your tickets. And you can do so at TaxSlayerGatorBowl.com for more information how you can get involved with the bowl game here in Jacksonville. Welcome inside the Armor Guard exterior and gutter helmet showroom. There's a lot going on, like glass exteriors, replacement windows, and down there we have the retractable screens and awnings, plus hurricane protection. Let's talk more about those gutters, and to do that, we bring in Kevin. He's the owner, he's the expert. Why Gutter Helmet?
Well, Gutter Helmet's truly the only maintenance-free product. It lets the trash and debris go on the ground, the water wraps around and goes inside. Unlike filters, they sit on top of the gutters, and the trash and debris build up on top of the filters, which requires maintenance. With Gutter Helmet, we're going to keep you off the ladder, the most dangerous thing in your garage. With Gutter Helmet, you'll never clean your gutters again. So get off the ladder and put on the helmet. Gutter Helmet.
Get a free estimate at gutterhelmetofnorthflorida.com. You can also call 904-762-7779 or visit the showroom on St. John's Bluff Road in Jacksonville.
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jaxpal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with JaxPal.
It's one of the hot spots in the area.
Welcome you to String Sports Brewery out at the beach. Big crowd on hand tonight. The fans are here.
And now, the newest hot spot at the beach is open. String Sports Brewery in Jax Beach has opened its doors with rave reviews.
We're going to be fans forever.
Cozy up to the bar, grab a seat in the sports-themed restaurant, or grab a seat outside and feel that breeze coming off the beach as the weather warms. Just like the original location in Springfield, try the popular beer menu and come for lunch or dinner too, because the food is fantastic.
We got a special guest in the house. He's happy. He's feeling good. He's Trayvon Walker.
It's where we hosted Jags Report Live in the football season, and the String Sports Brewery staff can't wait to host you. Hey, welcome back here to String Sports Brewery. And if you haven't checked out the new location in Jax Beach, you got to do it. String Sports Brewery, now with 2 locations in Springfield and now open in Jax Beach on Penman Road.
There's a saying in sports, you can't win them all, but you can win a lot with good folks on your team. Like that one painter, First Coast. It's tough to beat the sun in Florida, so your home fades. It's tough to beat that HOA when they come calling. Beat the sun, Beat the HOA with that one painter, First Coast. And it's a good time to do it. Less rain to work around, and painting in mild temperatures is perfect. After all, the paint bonds to the surface so much better. Give that one painter First Coast a call at 904-417-3557 or look them up at first-coast.thatonepainter.com. Fast estimate, guidance on color and HOA requirements, and the highest quality job you'll find anywhere. Be a big winner in your neighborhood with that one painter First Coast on your team.
Sun's out, suits out. That's right, it's summertime in Florida, which means it's time to say goodbye to bulking season and hello to shredding season. But if you're like me, you're having a hard time sculpting and shaping those final pounds. That is until I came and saw my friends over at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics. Right now, everyone is hopping on the Evolve X train, and the only destination is finding your perfect summer body. The technology uses electrical muscle stimulation and radio frequency energy to cause your muscles to contract, all while heating up those deep layers of your skin and tissue to produce collagen and reduce fat. It's like doing 1,000 sit-ups in 30 minutes. No pain, no needles, just results, right? That's right. So leave those winter layers back at the station and come look and feel your best with the team here at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics. Visit them at one of their 2 locations, either over in Ponte Vedra or on the south side.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
Beautiful day in Jacksonville, Florida. It actually isn't as cold today as I thought it was yesterday. Is that true? Like, is it warming up now for the rest of the week?
I think once that, I don't know, it got chilly this morning, man. I think once that sun peaks out, it helps a little bit.
It's getting a little warmer, yep.
All right. Well, there we go.
According to First Alert Meteorologist Garrett Bedenbaugh.
Nice.
Thank you, Garrett. You can watch him right now at noon on
Low
CBS
tomorrow
47.
is 46. Today it was 36.
Huh. Hey, today the stream stopped at like noon.
Yeah, it just stopped. I meant to say that to you in the break.
Weird. It stops at like, it'll get
On
cut
the hour.
off on the hour. Like at 11 o'clock most times.
Yeah.
And then now today at 12.
It doesn't break on YouTube, though.
Really odd.
Is this the Wi-Fi issue? Is it like the streaming it? Like who
We don't
go
know.
Through? Okay.
We don't know. It's like, it could be like restreaming itself, where we carry the stuff.
Sure.
But if it's not breaking off on YouTube, then maybe it's not. It might be a Twitter thing. It's fake because I don't think it breaks off on Facebook.
Let me ask you this: you monetize your Twitter?
No.
Okay. I got asked if I wanted to.
Oh, you got asked one of those things?
So
like how much?
I got a blue check mark out of nowhere. Didn't sign up for it. But
you got handed a blue
because
check mark?
they said that I was recognized as an athlete. So then they said, "Do you want to accept your blue check mark?" I go, "Okay, that's cool."
Gosh, the doors you guys can open as athletes.
I know, right?
By doing absolutely nothing.
I know, right?
It's unbelievable.
Hey, literally nothing on Twitter. Literally not anything. Well, this week I am.
Maybe you lost a bet, and that's how
Compliments
this
to
opened
Casey.
it up.
Yeah, maybe. But then I asked. They asked me if I wanted to monetize my profile
I don't know what that means.
to generate revenue, which means I didn't. I'm not going to do that.
Well,
Maybe you could parlay that money
into something else.
Yeah.
Oh, so now this is not just an on the hour problem. Right. Good.
That's
this
fine.
That gets me excited.
I mean, we're this close to going to Zoom, so keep it up, everybody. Who's ever at fault? Just saying.
Where were you on the Chargers game?
Yeah.
You had just had bicep surgery? What's that story again?
No. So I was the post game reactions because that's what I was doing for the morning show that I was doing. So I was gonna interview fans and get their post game reactions, kind of like you did in somebody else did on this network for 2 times and then stopped doing it. So I was gonna do that. But then ended up tearing my bicep. So literally sparring through a punch, I felt a little like pop, and I looked down. I'm like, okay, my arm's cramping. That's weird. And then I tried to raise my arm, and I couldn't raise it. It kept on falling down. So I'm like, okay, this sucks. So I go home. My wife at the time, who's in the healthcare field, she goes like, yeah, you tore your bicep. I go, okay, that's cool. Can I go to the game so I can check this playoff game out and everything? And she's like, No, that's not smart. Go to the emergency room. So, all right, fine. So I went to the emergency room and sat there for like 3 hours. So I literally got home like when the first quarter was over. And I'm like, okay.
Oh, you didn't miss much.
Well, and that's the thing. I'm like, okay, probably a good thing I didn't actually go to this game and get the live reactions because it looks like it's going to be a blowout. So it's what, I'm sitting on the couch, is what it is, and then ends up being one of the greatest games in Jaguars history. And, I felt about that.
Hamby, what's your story?
Yeah, mine sucks.
Worse than mine?
I was going to say, sounds like surgery.
Worse than mine?
So were you to go back to yours, were you kind of like drugged up in any way? Medicated?
No, because I don't do pain pills.
Okay.
So I got it wrapped up because then I had to get ready to go to surgery the next couple of days. But the way they wrapped it up, it cut off the circulation in my arm. So then I had to like hacksaw the dude. It was so bad. Like my arm was like in the cast thing like this, which it's not supposed to be, and I had to cut it off. So I had to do that too as well during the game.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hamby, yours sucks.
Yeah, not as that bad, but I was playing a gig outside at the stadium, a couple streets over at a house. I think I've told you this story.
I don't think I've heard this.
It was cold. I played a 3-hour gig as at a tailgate. Paid very nicely. And then as soon as the game started, I walked to the stadium. It was probably about a 15-minute walk to the stadium. Stayed for the whole first half, but that was at the time where I was working overnight still exclusively. And I had to be in at midnight that night. And so it's, 28, whatever. And I'm like, well, if I stay, I'm going to have to go straight from the stadium to the station.
His story is worse than mine.
So I would like to at least go home, shower maybe. I mean, I've been outside for like 5.5 hours straight at this point. I'm ready to do something else if it's going to be like this. And I need to get to work on time. I can't be late. I don't want to risk the traffic. Probably the biggest thing. So I left at half, and I walked by myself. I just remember it being very cold, and I was pissed because we were going to lose. And got to my car finally, went home, turned it on TV immediately, and regretted every second of it. But got to work on time, and I remember it. I tried to make up for it by going all out news-wise on it the next morning.
That was your way to make up for it.
Sucked.
That's what makes it worse, though, is that it was your choice. Like,
it was definitely my choice.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I can. I mean, I would say hindsight, but if
sure.
I didn't have to work, there's no way I would have left. Like,
I was going to say, yeah,
I've never
it was
left.
a calculated move.
I've never left games early, but it was like, well, I could also I could be late. I could very well be late depending on the traffic. I don't want to be late. And plus, we're losing, and I'm semi uncomfortable. I'd rather go home.
My friend left I was supposed to go with left the game and went to Hoptinger at halftime.
Oh my god!
So that's the stories I want. I want some of those stories. And again, I've heard like Stewart was out of the country. Dan's kid Drew, he was telling us the other day he was like on a vacation with his girlfriend, so couldn't go to the game. He's a big Jags fan.
Yeah.
And then you have that, and like my only real story from that I remember doing is when Trevor threw the fourth pick. We're up in the press box, and at that time, like Hick and I are sitting up there, and then right below us are our scouts.
Yeah.
And Fournette's up there and other people. Like we're all in the similar area, but the scouts would sit in front of us for some reason. And a packed press box for a playoff
for
game
the
too,
Jags,
right?
or just
Jags scouts. Like there were 4 or 5 of them, and at times, like even over the years, they would sit next to us. Then they asked us to move, I think, but mostly because of Hicken. So in that game, we're just like
freaking out.
Well, I don't know about freaking out. We're just dumbfounded.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 27-0, 4 picks for Trevor. And I literally said this to, like, I had now gone down and just kind of like was walking down to other media members at whatever point. And I remember I was like in between the row of the scouts, and then like maybe Fournette and Hicken were up there and we were kind of talking. I was like, do you take him out of the game?
Yeah.
So this doesn't scar him forever? Like, he might throw 7 interceptions in a playoff game. Do you think about taking him out? And the look I got from I didn't realize they were there at the time. The scouts, like all 4 of them, turn around and like, what the F are you talking about? Like, they would. Like, I thought they wanted to fight me.
Really?
Oh, it was unbelievable.
It was 4 interceptions.
It was 4 interceptions in like however many minutes.
Yeah, it felt like 10 minutes of real time.
And I'll never forget, man. They looked at me like, I thought I would have to have like a police escort out of there. And I thought it was a real question to ask yourself if you're Doug Peterson. In fact, I thought about asking Doug this week if he ever, I can't remember what he said post game, or I have to go back and find out. But I wondered if it entered his mind in that spot to say, like, all right, I mean, this, like, we have a young quarterback. This is year 1 of Doug, remember. They had just gone on this run. This was not expected. So do you actually think about, you'd already been damaged, if you will, in terms of Trevor from Urban.
Yeah.
Do you want more of this kind of scar tissue and for your football team to even have a chance?
Like, I don't think it warranted dirty looks from the scouts to even question it. The same scouts that drafted Andre Sisco in the 3rd round that year. That drafted.
Easy. Some of them might still be
I don't know. Jay Tufel. Okay. Sorry. No. Jay Tufel was good.
So anyway, that's what I remember most vividly about that.
Yeah.
About that time.
I mean, who else is Trevor? Oh, they got so they got ETN. That one was good. Tyson Campbell.
Well, in 21, their first stuff was pretty good.
It was Trevor. It was Trevor. It was ETN.
Tyson Campbell. Walker Little. It's at times it's looked good, but they extended them all.
What happened to the button?
And Andre Sisco, by the way, who also before last year looked like he was trending.
Well, Sisco was like what, a 6th round pick, 7th round? Actually, I think he was a 3rd. But
3rd. He was a 3rd, wasn't he? Out of Syracuse.
Yeah.
Where's Walker Little in that? Was he a
Walker Little, 2nd round pick?
2nd with Tyson.
Yep. But yeah, give him dirty looks. There you go.
Yeah, that's what I remember from it. Just unbelievable.
That's crazy. Cool.
And it's not just football; it's other sports too. So
we don't have like a network or anything. I mean,
I gotta go look it up.
Okay.
It's just not on the top of my head right now, but I do.
This could be like 2B or something. 2B Sports.
Yeah, I mean, it might be something like that. I don't know who hired.
Do you know what 2B is or not?
Yeah, I do.
Okay,
know
okay,
what 2B is, yeah.
Cool.
But anyway, I just think it's kind of interesting. It'll be interesting to see that.
No, for sure.
Like that, just breaking down. Because then for that, I had to go back and kind of relive that game a bit. It's just amazing. Mm-hmm. Just an amazing game at the end of the day. All right, let's get to the judge.
All right.
Oh, here we go. Panic button staying in.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, because I'm not going to stand up and hit my head on the light every time.
Well, you can't even make the shot. There we go. There we go. Got the construction lid on, Doc.
Not like that.
Boy, you get
He's going to work,
renovating the office.
Blue collar judge. You like it?
We do like that. Laying down the law, men only fan.
Let's go, baby.
If you make fun of it, you automatically lose. This is all I had in my car that would be close. So this is it. Welcome to Dury, the new show. This will be the gavel.
Have you watched it, Casey?
Nope.
Okay.
But that's what we got. If you make fun of it, you automatically lose. All right, with that being said, nobody cares where I was at the Chargers game. That's cool. Thanks for asking. We move. First one today has to do with Travis Hunter. I'm sure you guys talked about it. I haven't watched the show, but I'm sure you guys talked about it. Travis Hunter out for the rest of the year. As it sits on November 12th, 2025 at 12:16 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Do the math if you're in other time zones, but it's the same time.
Check your local listings.
Check your local listings, everybody. Brent, you'll start. The Jaguars made a monumental mistake to give up 2 first-round draft picks to draft Travis Hunter.
The eye rub. I like it.
And go.
I don't think the Jags made a monumental mistake to give him up. I'm going to put myself back in that moment. I'm not going to be hypocritical here. It doesn't feel great today. It hasn't felt good the last couple of weeks. But I think Travis Hunter was brought here to change a little bit of the feel in the building. That feel that showed up Sunday in the fourth quarter, he was supposed to elevate that, but he couldn't because he was hurt on a game like that one. And I think he was doing that. I feel like he's got some juice. I feel like he's a part of this thing. He's going to be a player for a long time for the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I think the story just isn't written yet. So it'd be very narrow-sighted to say that the Jags whiffed on this and made a colossal mistake. I think he has a chance to be an elite player in the National Football League. The Jaguars don't have many of those, or maybe even any of those, based on how things have played out here in 2025. Sir. So I think this is not a colossal mistake. I think let's give this thing some time, and I think there will be plenty of time to showcase that people will be like, that was a hell of a move for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm still in on the Travis Hunter trade.
It works a little better. Go ahead, Austin.
What did Hamby say during the middle of that?
I said, thank you.
Yeah, he's going to give you some time. Because, there's essence of a shot clock here. Sorry, I'm going to go 3, 2, 1. So, listen, in this question, hindsight is a thing. And looking at hindsight right now, Travis Hunter was a mistake to bring him here. And the reasons are this. Number one, when you drafted him, we were told he was going to change the game. Theoretically, did Travis Hunter really change the game? Was his offensive prowess and defensive prowess felt throughout a single game? No. Now, when we look at other wide receivers around the NFL, you have Ted McMillan, you have Ubaka, whatever. I can't pronounce it. It is what it is. They're making much more in terms of changing the game for their teams than what Travis Hunter did this year. And by the way, you spent a first-round pick on those players, and you spent not one, but 2, and by the way, and a second-round pick on Travis Hunter. And now going forward, once again, hindsight being 20/20, but going forward, there's going to be a speculation of, will he play both ways? And that's a fair argument. And if that's the conversation, then what the hell are we doing here sacrificing 2 first-round picks for somebody?
Hamby.
Austin, I think you did a decent job arguing something that I know you don't agree with. That being said, all you had to do to win this point really was smash the panic button. It's sitting there right there for you, and you didn't smash it.
That's fair.
It's going to be a winner, Brent.
That's fair. That's my fault.
All right. So this one's going to be interesting here because
I bet it is. I'm going to fart, and I'm going to get it. I'm going to get the second win because we got to go to game 3. Hey, Casey, what's the question? All right, I win.
Well, it's interesting here because
game 3.
There's a little chess
going for the sweep.
There's a little chestnut checkers here because this question has to do with the Georgia Bulldogs, and you go first, so you can try to argue against the Georgia Bulldogs, or you can try to argue for them to get the win. We'll see.
Yeah.
Georgia, they host Texas, who is number 5 in the country. Which, by the way, how? Anyway,
you're not wrong. Hey,
Georgia's 5.
Georgia's 5, Casey.
Oh. What's Texas?
10.
I mean, that's still,
10. Yeah, that's what. Sorry,
but
that's
still,
what
10 is.
How is that possible?
We still have all the receipts from our judge talking about Arch Manning week 1 and week 2. Yeah. There's some good ones.
He's terrible. But I don't make the decision here. So Bama's going to host number 11, Oklahoma. Austin, you start.
Okay.
Which top 5 team is most likely to lose on Saturday? Georgia or Alabama?
Bama versus Oklahoma or Georgia versus
Texas.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Listen. First of all, I'm a God-fearing man.
Oh boy.
I pay my taxes, and when you talk about the Georgia Bulldogs, they're
playing you up.
Oh yeah, that's how I was doing. Come on, Hammy, read between the lines. No, but if I'm being honest here, and I get this will probably hurt my chances, I think Texas is a far better team than Oklahoma. You saw them matched up together, and Texas proved that. I think Texas right now is playing a better brand of football than Oklahoma, and I think Oklahoma's calling card is their defense. Well, Ole Miss put that to bed when they traveled to Norman and curb stomped the Oklahoma Sooners. So I think right now Georgia has a much better shot of getting beat. Not saying they're going to get beat, but you got to roll with Texas over Oklahoma here, hands down.
Yeah, I'll take. I have to take. Obviously,
off to a good start. Brent,
I have to take.
Imagine being in the courtroom and be like, "Well, I have to defend him, but."
Well, but it's easy to defend.
Okay, there we go.
Because I actually think Oklahoma, with Venables and his defense, has been good and can hang in the football game, right? So I think Alabama has been good, but not great. I think they are kind of flirting a little bit with not disaster, but maybe getting beat. And Oklahoma might be coming into this thing at the right time. They have everything on the line. There'll be a lot of urgency here. I think this game will mean a lot to them because it usually does in Tuscaloosa for anybody else coming in. And plus, Mateer's got to be healthier than he's been over the last few weeks. He's been working himself back. So I think this is ripe for a chance for Oklahoma to really get a signature win under this administration and send the Alabama fans wondering if they will make the college football playoff.
Hamby.
Brent.
Uh-oh.
You're an idiot.
I like that. I like that a lot.
First of all you had to do
Oh, boy.
after Austin picked against Georgia was to say the words or avoid the words "I have to."
Yeah.
Secondly, in your answer,
That's true.
you never even mentioned Georgia. It was all about Oklahoma. It was all about Alabama. All you had, if your response was, "No, I mean Georgia's going to take care of business here," you would win.
Very easily that persuaded.
Yeah.
But you never even mentioned Georgia, winner Austin.
This guy no doubt throws bets like Klotz said.
He's got the momentum going into Game 7.
You didn't even mention half of the question. You didn't answer it.
Brent.
Oh, that's rough.
Brent to serve.
What was the question?
Who's going to lose?
more likely to
Who's
lose?
likely to lose?
This question wasn't Georgia-based.
Well, Georgia was involved.
But maybe,
Who's more likely to lose, Georgia, Alabama?
yeah, maybe involve them in your answer.
Well, see, to be fair, I mentioned Oklahoma, why their defense is trash,
Okay.
and yeah.
I think he got stuck on Georgia, which wasn't a surprise.
Well, I mean, yeah,
You had a bad answer.
Here we
That's
go.
lit.
That's why I said I'm a
Here we go.
God-fearing man. Yeah. Okay.
That was good. Last one here,
Jerry.
Brent. You got an opportunity to shock the world, truly.
Oh, boy.
If Class A's betting, he probably doesn't have you here, but we'll see.
Grand Theft Auto talk or something. What do we got, Casey?
This is should have been.
Yeah.
This
Which
one.
one's that?
Grand Theft Auto. It's a video game.
Oh, I heard about this. You guys said it.
Oh my goodness. So this goes back to yesterday. I thought we were doing feud today, so I was at the town center scumming around yesterday. By the way, town center yesterday. What the hell were you people doing? No parking spots anywhere. The traffic's not moving. Get a life.
Oh, it's because it was Veterans Day.
Well, and,
Go to work.
and
They don't
Chick-fil-A
have
now.
to.
And Chick-fil-A has a peppermint shake now.
Okay, that's a Thai thing.
Well,
That's not an us thing.
Okay. Well,
Here we. You like the
Pretty
milkshake?
good.
Huh?
You like the milkshake?
it's not bad, man.
All right.
I got a cookies and cream
Anyway.
milkshake
By
from
the way,
Chick-fil-A last
waffle
today.
today.
Well, I mean, listen, the Sandlot to me is the best, so I can come along with this one, no problem. I like you, the town center here. I love the Sandlot. It is my favorite, and I think there's so many different characters in that you can relate to as a kid, and I think that's why people love it. And baseball, you get kind of educated on it. You get exposed to it, whether you enjoy it down the road or not. You get exposed to baseball usually as a kid in some fashion, and I think that is what you relate to right there is the Sandlot movie. So a bunch of kids' movies out there. I think the Sandlot, hands down, is the best one out there. And I agree with everybody at the Town Center.
Awesome.
So, best kids sports movie of all time. My defendant here, or whatever, associate said The Sandlot.
Plaintiff.
If it was that great, how did The Sandlot 2 do? How did The Sandlot 3 do? Oh, wait. So I'm going to go with The Mighty Ducks being the best sports movies for kids of all times for a few reasons. Number one, they had a dominant sequel that probably did better than the original. Look it up. And the third one was just okay. Number two, it brought the niche sport of hockey to the masses. If you want to look at jersey sales, go look in to see how many kids owned a Paul Kariya jersey when that Mighty Ducks movie came out. The Mighty Ducks were an unknown middle-of-the-road team, but thanks to that movie, all the kids watching it actually gravitated towards cheering for that NHL team. And by the way, in terms of cultural influence, we're talking about the Knuckle Puck. We're talking about Charlie Conway, right? We're talking about Adam Banks. I think in terms of nostalgia, in terms of pop culture, in terms of actually mentoring yourself off of a real NHL team and jersey sales and all that stuff, there is no better sports movie or sports movie franchise, for that matter, than the Mighty Ducks. Oh, and a cartoon, by the way. Sorry. Cartoon.
Abby.
Oh, boy. You know what? We were on the same page. That's where I was going to go.
The Mighty Ducks?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
If it was a no answer.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Why would you say that? Why would you say that?
I'd be so pissed.
You're not supposed to hear that.
You said it right in front of the whole court.
Yeah.
Judge heard it too, didn't he? Judge, you hear that?
Prosecution hadn't rested. Yeah, it didn't rest. Court was not adjourned, Brent.
I just don't. Why would you tell the guy that you're arguing with that you would have gone with that?
This dude's got to watch some more Law and Order, man.
Well, you got an easy out here, and I thought you did, and I just double-checked that you do.
What does that mean? Is that tampering with the jury?
Yeah.
That sounds like jury tampering.
Should be.
Brent's like, well, I'm writing the check, so come on.
You know what? I'm still going to do it.
I gave you figures. I gave you stats.
Austin?
Okay.
You're going to hate me. I've never seen
Fire him.
the Mighty Ducks.
Fire him now. Fire him on the
Never
spot. Brent, it's
seen
over. It's over.
So
Get
for
him
the
outta
first time
Kim, hit the
and
panic
laying
button.
down
Kim,
the
hit
law
panic button.
history,
Kim.
winner Brent,
Kim.
Sandlot is the best movie
Kim.
of all time.
But you missed the biggest
I got
argument.
it. What's that?
The Mighty Ducks, they inspired the Anaheim Mighty Ducks. They weren't already a thing. The Mighty Ducks.
The Ducks were a thing, Brent. The Ducks were a team.
I think the Mighty Ducks movie came first. Didn't it?
I think so. No.
I don't think so.
And why would I know that? How would that be my
Why
out?
would the NHL go, you know what we need?
Yeah,
That.
Brent.
No, I think that's what.
I don't think so.
I don't know, but it doesn't.
The Anaheim Mighty Ducks is the name of an NHL team inspired by the 1992 movie The Mighty Ducks.
When did the Anaheim Mighty Ducks become an NHL franchise, Brent? Maybe I'm wrong.
He's Google AIing again. John Cena and Batista.
They became an organization in 1993. Movie made in 1992.
Okay.
You missed it.
Brent.
You missed it. You missed
No.
the biggest one. It
He's-
inspired a franchise.
No, I don't think it did, man. Like, I don't.
Brent, you expect me to be back here fact checking that?
Brent, so the
Don't
Mighty,
you have a
I
meeting?
knew that.
How would I know that?
It's hot in this
Well,
way.
you weren't going to know that. You didn't even see the damn movie.
Yeah,
Right, so
Hamby,
why?
that-
Oh,
that
you got
Hamby,
an out
fire-
here and you're not
fire-
taking it.
Fire,
That was the
fire
out.
yourself.
I do.
Abby, run it to break, bro. It's hot as fire
It's
in
hot.
this wig and helmet. It's just a debacle. Congratulations, whoever won.
won.
Unreal that
Brent
Brent, you
won.
finally won and you didn't celebrate. You were too busy arguing some stupid point.
That was not a stupid point.
Celebrate your win one time.
I don't.
Wouldn't that be the biggest win if you inspired an NHL franchise?
Bro, you won the segment for the first time in his segment history.
Brent,
Sell it.
I
You have to go
don't.
to a meeting.
I don't think that the NHL team was named after them. Like, I think they came out maybe close to that, but like,
You'd have to think they were going to be a team already,
yeah,
right?
It wasn't like
Brent,
Go look it up. I don't know. That's what I've seen.
go to your
And that's what I
stupid
thought.
meeting.
if it came out in 92, I think you need a lot longer than like less than a year to come out with a team and a team name and all that.
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe they already were got the team.
I'm sure the chat is probably saying it. But anyway,
Yeah,
that's
I'm sure
presented
our
by
chat knows
Lane.
about Mighty Ducks hockey.
MenOnlyFamilyLawOnly.com is the place to go, specializing in protecting the rights of men in divorce, child custody, and alimony. MenOnlyFamilyLawOnly.com. We'll be right back.
Worst win ever.
Side by side, ATV, motorcycle, or scooter, we have what you need.
Get a Moto Guzzi Stone Corsa for just $235 a month, or a Triumph Trident for as low as $207 a month, or the popular Honda Rebel 1100 DCT starting at a low $204 a month.
Stop by and choose your adventure from all of our great brands, only at Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic Boulevard. Family owned and operated since 1983.
Hello, I'm Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Since 2003, our firm has fought exclusively for the rights of men in family law. Divorce, modification of child support, alimony, custody, and more, all for men. A father is vitally important to a child's life, and being a man is not a reason to pay more in child support or alimony. I'm a single father. I get it. If you have a divorce or other family law issue, contact Kenny Lay & Associates at divorcemenonly.com.
We've been telling you about the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network for over a year now. How to find it, what to see. Simply put, it's TV online. Local sports content all day, every day. Just like this.
Did you always want to make history? Like, think that big, or just say, hey, I want to play in the NFL?
I always say I wanted to play in the NFL.
That's it. Back to her left side, takes a shot. and into the back of the net.
Oh, what a pass.
Oh, my goodness.
What a pass.
And they have been. We've been talking. We've been articulating.
I did have a sense that they wanted to be bold, that they wanted to make a splash.
It's content you won't find on TV. Find it on actionsportsjax.com and just sit back and watch local sports all day on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
How do we make Mason's famous lobster rolls? It's simple. We get up before dawn, head into the open waters of Maine, haul in our traps by hand, and send only the best straight to our restaurants, where we add warm butter or chilled mayo with a squeeze of lemon and pile it on a toasted split-top roll, just like it's been done for nearly a century. That's the recipe for Mason's famous lobster rolls.
What's been going on?
We're both dealing with a lot of guilt right now.
Can't sleep, can't eat. See that brand new Hyundai Santa Fe? We only paid $4 for it.
Looks like we're out of time. Breathing exercises. Inhale, exhale.
Enjoy the new car.
Okay, thanks.
Deal so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Get a Hyundai Santa Fe with 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days, or get $3,500 bonus cash. Hurry in.
What a throw! Touchdown, Jaguars!
We're coming for you.
They're gonna get him on the ground, and that's gonna end the ball game.
We show no mercy.
Lawrence looking deep in the end zone. Touchdown! ETN is gonna take it all the way.
Right here on CBS 47.
CBS 47.
Right here. Your official station of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
And the Jaguars strike first.
Go Jags.
You have the opportunity to explore what you might want to do with your life.
There's so many opportunities here that it can spark interest that you didn't even know you had.
Baker's Sports. It's a hometown business filled with hometown people trying to make you feel right at home.
Chris Conley, Jacksonville University. Walker Wright, class of 2018, West Nassau High School.
Michael Young, Fletcher High School.
Baker's Sports started in a grassroots way and now outfits much of the Southeast.
Samuel Coffrin, Paxton School for Advanced Studies.
High school sports, travel sports, youth sports of all kinds. They are a one-stop shop carrying Nike, Adidas, Under Armour brands, and more.
Vincent Caldes, Oakleaf High School.
Tony Mazzio, Stanwood High School, class of 2002.
Whether it's sports teams on the field or it's your team in the workplace, like our Action Sports Jacks team, and community events like the Dream 18 Golf Tournament, and many others.
Colt Tilly, Hilliard High School.
Reagan Webb, Eagles View Academy.
Look good, feel good, play good with Baker Sports. Custom sports apparel since 1997. Shop with the hometown team at bakersport.com.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
Woo. Take it in, Casey. My favorite time of the year in college football. My favorite jersey reveal every single year in college football. These will be your Army jerseys celebrating, I believe, I forgot how many years it is now, but it's like
250.
250?
Yeah,
Yep.
it's 2025. 250
years of the United States Army, rocking, I guess you'd call it like the Declaration of Independence font for the numbers and everything.
Yeah, I like that.
And you got the 1775 in the back there. And by the way, so they'll be playing this game, I believe, in Baltimore.
Okay. Yes.
And if there's snow on the ground,
ooh, those blend in.
Forget it. This has happened before, by the way. I forgot what year it was. But one year Army had the white jerseys as well where it was snowing, and hey, you want to talk about a tactical advantage? You better believe it.
So Navy hasn't released theirs yet, though?
So Navy put out a statement saying that much like the Army jersey releases, we're always going to – oh, no, I'm sorry. Much like Army always singing their song first, we're going to release ours second. Because if you know anything about the rivalry, the loser sings their school song first, and then the winner sings theirs second. So Navy will be probably dropping theirs in the next couple of days as well, and I can't wait to see it. Last year was a Jolly Rogers for Navy. May have been, honestly, the best-looking helmet in all of college football history. Like, it was that good. And this goes to show you how much I care about this stuff. I can't even tell you what the score was we even won last year for Army Navy. But I remember the uniforms.
Yeah, I remember the uniforms.
I remember the uniforms, man.
Yeah.
So
I like
there you
those.
go.
I like
Yeah.
the touch on the helmet, the little 17.
I think Navy won, right? Because they were good.
Couldn't tell you.
I
do not know.
I remember the Jolly Rogers and what their whole story was with those uniforms. Can't tell you who won the game, though.
I'm going to keep it a buck. Also, I did not watch.
That's cool. I did. But
Yeah, Navy won 31-13.
Oh, domination. Okay.
Isn't that how it usually
I feel like Army won a couple years ago as underdogs.
They're 4-6. Navy is in their last 10.
Yeah, so it's been kind of
So it's
back
been
and forth.
split.
Who's Navy going to win it this year? I mean, they're probably the favorites. correct?
I
pretty decent, right?
think Army's better this year.
Really? Army was great last year. Army was, I mean, they were in top
Yeah.
25 for a long time.
Isn't it kind of wild if you really think about it that the Army and the Navy that protect our country also on any given Sunday will play Boston College or something?
Well, dude, and this
if
is
you
the
think
crazy
about
thing.
it, isn't that
well,
crazy?
Also think about it. NIL? Huh?
True.
I'm sorry. And I'm sorry, paying college athletes to play a sport? Huh? No. You're
Okay,
gonna
so
come here,
Army
you're gonna
is
serve our
5-4.
country. Okay.
What?
What
Uh-huh.
is Navy?
They're 7-2.
I thought you meant against you. Sorry.
Sorry, no. No, 4-6. Yeah,
Nice.
in
I
the
was
last
like,
10.
it's got to be backwards. Then.
This year, Army
Gotcha.
is not great.
Okay.
Again, just like last year.
Sure. Got a little-
And Navy is pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah, they just went in.
But they just lost to Notre Dame 49-10.
Yeah, they had one heck of a game against Brent's top 3 team in college football. Boy, you weren't having that yesterday, huh?
No, that's ridiculous.
I agree with you.
I think CJ Carr's good, but
I don't.
Can we get Casey? Because I mean, Casey's a very passionate college football fan. Now, whether that's just him enjoying it or more bets
preying
being
on
placed-
everybody's downfall.
Yeah, bets being placed that didn't really hit. Casey, a few questions for you. And I'm not sure if you've seen the rankings recently.
I have not.
Hammy, can we get those
Yep.
again or not?
By
We
the way,
asked a lot.
those glasses look clean.
Thank you, brother.
Can we get the story about those glasses or not? Or do you just want to?
Yeah.
So there's a camera built in.
I got me a pair of those.
You got these?
Well, my brother does, and I've used them plenty of times.
They're cool, right?
Why does your brother have a pair of those glasses?
Because he does like drumming is great. He can do like the first person without obviously using his hands.
Be honest. So the light means that you're recording.
Yes.
Is that just built in so people know?
Yeah, I think you
because you kind of have to legally.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Some people in the realm that I use them for cover the light.
Yeah.
Because some folks could take that a certain type of way.
Yeah.
But I'm not.
Probably not a good idea.
I feel like if somebody are covering the light, I feel like that.
Well, and also I can see that like the camera's pretty noticeable.
Yeah.
I
mean, I'm not really trying to hide it.
Unless
You can clearly see it blinking here.
Well, no, but I'm saying like on the other side of the camera. Like there's a camera.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, where like it's noticeable.
Yeah.
Unless you're in pitch black, you're going to notice it.
Yeah. And I've never had any like situation. Somebody's
So
like, don't wear those.
Those record, and then does it go to your cell phone? Like, how does that work?
Yeah,
it goes to your cell phone.
It goes to the Meta app.
How many hours do you get per like? I guess charge.
It's-
I don't know.
It's kind of unlimited because there's no storage in the glasses. It goes to my phone.
Okay.
But you can only record in 3-minute segments. So you hear in a couple of minutes, the light'll just off.
Fascinating.
And I hear it. It'll talk to me.
Yeah.
But what's crazy about these things is like you can listen to music. You can take phone calls. I take a lot of phone calls on these.
Crazy.
Like when we're getting autographs and stuff. And
Yeah.
it's so funny because like the looks that people will give you. Because
Dude,
I don't have earbuds in.
Hold up. There's not.
There's speakers on the back.
Like that can go in your ears.
That's
No.
right above your ears, so you just
It's like
and you can hear it.
Yeah, they're like
Mhm.
right here.
You can listen to music.
And it's clear. Okay, but then would I be able to hear it too if I sitting here? Like, is it that? It's gotta be loud.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, well, maybe not with earphones on. Oh, we'll do it in the break.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Can't wait.
But yeah, it's funny. Like I'll be talking on the phone, like at the airport or whatever, and people will just be looking at me like, because they don't know that they look like glasses.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Anyway, throw the rankings back up. Okay.
Yep. Here you go.
What was your question?
So we were kind of talking about in terms of the rankings where they are right now. What is the highest, and by the highest I mean the highest number? What is the highest seeded team that you could see, or highest seeded number that you could see winning a national championship?
Sorry, USF not 12. Sorry, Miami not 11. No way, Texas 10.
Mm-hmm.
I am not on the Notre Dame train.
I said Oregon.
that's...
I wasn't. I'm not in on Oregon, honestly. It pains me. Sorry, Ronan.
I will say Oregon could win. I'll say 8.
Really? 8?
Oh, wow. Okay.
I don't think Ole Miss can. I think Texas Tech possibly can.
I went 6 with it, and Hamby I think went 5 if I'm not mistaken. Yes.
I'm flabbergasted that you went 5.
Of course.
Yeah.
Now the reality is it's Ohio State and everybody else, in my opinion.
It's what it almost feels like. I guess I still have PTSD a little bit from what A&M's capable of in terms of their downfall towards the end of the season.
Yeah.
You know, and they still play Texas in Texas, so that'll be a tough game. But I agree with you. But here's the crazy thing about it, guys. Like, it's not like Ohio State's really been tested either.
No, but
we're just enthralled with the talent that they apparently have.
Have they broken a sweat yet? Besides week 1 with their true freshman quarterback?
It doesn't feel like it. No, you're not wrong.
I mean, they just dominate people, man. And
arguably they might have the best one of the best quarterbacks. They might have probably have the best wide receiver.
They have the best player,
yeah.
Jeremiah Smith. So, and they have the best defensive player as well.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
I think the Ryan Day stuff is kind of behind them in terms of, is he going to screw them up? Is he the coach to win the big one? Obviously, last year I think that's Pat.
Well, did he win the big one though? Because he lost to Michigan.
True.
But I get what you're saying.
No, I'm.
And this year it'll be at Michigan, so like that'll.
It don't matter. You can lose to him again.
I know, and yeah.
That loss might have been the best thing that happened to him though. Last year.
Just in terms of kind of waking them up a little bit, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
true.
Oregon didn't lose at all, right? And they go and get absolutely slaughtered.
Yep, slaughtered.
So, yeah, I just think Ohio State is so much better than everybody. But listen, we'll see if they, if they have to go play in Alabama in what that semifinal game would be. Mm-hmm. That's a different conversation because Sayan hasn't faced anything like that defensively. So,
Hamby, Ohio State, you giving them their props?
Yes.
Yeah.
Best of team?
Yeah, I think so. I think it is.
Ohio State or the field?
Field.
Yep. Taking the field too?
No.
Oh no, Ohio State.
I'm taking Ohio State.
Yeah.
I think it's not an overwhelming taking the field because again, I only think 5 teams are capable.
You want those SEC schools?
I do want the SEC schools. I think they're pretty equal with Ohio State. I still think the Ohio State team from last year is better than the one this year, and I don't think Julian Sayin is capable of getting quite on a heater as much as Will Howard was last year.
Right.
So if he's capable of a mistake, even if it's just 1 or 2. That makes them a lot more gettable than they were last year. Nobody was beating them last year. Mm-hmm. Didn't matter how good. Georgia on their best day, Bama on their best day. Well, Bama wasn't very good last year. But you got whoever it was on their best day was not beating Ohio State at their best or even on their A- day. If a team has their A+ day and Ohio State has their A-, I don't think Ohio State will be able to win this year.
Would you take the Big Ten teams or the SEC teams?
That's a good question. We didn't even get to.
I know what Hamby's going to do.
Of course. Oof.
Right?
Yes. I have a lot of confidence.
So, when you're saying to win the whole thing, or are you saying just to have better overall showings?
To win the whole thing. Would you take the group of Ohio State, Indiana, Oregon?
Yeah. So I think that
it'd be probably smart money to take the Big Ten teams.
Agreed, because I think Ohio State's so far ahead of everybody else right now, and like if I wanted to put it and risk it on Indiana, like it's not a bad team because once again, set aside from the Penn State game, which they came back and won. They might have the best quarterback in all of college football. They obviously seem to be a well-coached team, and they play with a chip on their shoulder. So, yes, I would probably lean towards the Big Ten. Casey, if you could pick one SEC team to win the national championship, which team would you like to see win the national championship?
Which one would I like to see, or which one do I think could actually?
No. Forget.
wanna see.
Forget who you think. What do you want to see?
Certainly not.
Sorry, Hamby.
Certainly not Alabama.
Understandable.
You know what? Give me Ole Miss so Kiffin stays.
That's what I said. Imagine Twitter.
Yeah.
Yep.
Give me Ole Miss.
Nasir Premier 904 in the chat says, y'all still talking about college football?
Oh yeah, man. We had anything else we want to talk about, guys? I mean,
Yeah, what do we? I mean,
kind of on the back nine of the show here.
James Gladstone sucks. Is that?
What happened?
Casey,
That's what the fan base is saying.
Why?
Because Travis Hunter's out.
Because this draft class.
It's ridiculous.
Casey, before we head out of here, what are your thoughts about the whole situation?
Not good, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I feel like everybody has like a weird feeling because they like this isn't perfectly.
Oh.
But I think everyone's on the same page. Like, well, you didn't see him get hurt, so you're kind of like, what happened? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm certainly not saying that he's not hurt because he had surgery. Obviously, he's hurt. That's not what I'm saying. But I do think it's a weird. It's just a weird thing. Like a guy gets hurt at practice.
It's like, yeah, I guess he's the only one this year. It feels like that's happened to in the entire
NFL.
NFL.
And if we're being honest, that injury, it's definitely a rarity.
Mhm.
Where usually, because it was reported that it was a non-contact injury.
Right.
If you do some research behind it, look into it a little bit.
Mhm.
This is almost always a contact injury.
The LCL.
The LCL.
But
it's an extremely rare injury to just be running or like cutting, and for it to hurt.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's a
Daniel Kilkenny. You want tight end talk? What do you want us to tell you? Brenton Strange is coming back,
but maybe not for the Sunday.
You hope he is. I mean, do you want to elevate
We also
Herbert?
spent 30 minutes on it yesterday.
We really did. We spent a lot of time yesterday. I mean, okay, how are we feeling about Munt, guys? How are we feeling about Herbert?
Like Justin?
No, his brother. Isn't he on the practice squad or something?
For the Jags?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
We got any Maction tonight that y'all want to talk about?
How we feeling about free agency? Oh, that's right. We can't go there right now. How we feeling about trades? We can't do that. Like,
I would like to see Hunter Long do something because I randomly have some Hunter Long cards from
I thought he was going to do something, but he got...
I wouldn't be too upset if he had a 3-touchdown day, just so I could sell some stuff. You know, my $2 Hunter Long cards that are on eBay. So,
yeah,
I wouldn't mind buying a soda with those. But
I mean, this team needs Strange to come back, and then if you want to put out dual tight ends and and run 12 packages and things like that, like so be it. But like, how confident are you with that, right? Like, I mean, to me, it's Brenton Strange and everybody else, and we talked about it a little bit of maybe being a need during the trade deadline, and Njoku was out there. There's some other names being floated around. This team chose not to even, I think, sniff it because we heard a lot of rumors about Quinnen Williams coming in defensive tackle. We heard nothing in terms of tight end. So if that's the case, and we talk about James Gladstone and wanting to always, bring up the bottom part of the roster and try to, elevate it, I think James Gladstone, with what he has at tight end, is what he has, and I think he's okay with it. But I think
for y'all.
The expectation is for Brenton Strange to come back.
Real quick.
There you go.
Does Njoku block? Like, I like Njoku.
For like as big as he is, I hope so.
Yeah, that's what I was. Because if he blocked and Brenton Strange blocked, and you had both of them and their ability to catch the football,
specimens.
Don't even put wide receivers on the field.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, specimens.
Go ahead, Hamby.
Turn to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, I'm going to switch the
Darnell.
topic because I've got a dilemma and I need to.
Nice hat.
Appreciate it.
Is that new?
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, I don't know when I got.
Am I bugging, or is there an H in there?
No, that. What's up with the font?
Declaration of Independence.
Geohaga.
Geor.
That sounds like a hat you don't.
Giaga. I sound like I'm no, let's go.
Is that
What do you got,
okay?
Hamby?
Sorry, Hamby, go ahead.
Okay. I need to know if something that
I'm talking like the dude from Star Wars, the big slug. Giaga.
Jabba the Hutt.
Jabba the Hutt. Yeah.
that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead, Hamby.
I need to know if something.
Dude got it on Temu. Well, do what now?
If something what? Hamby, we're sorry.
What is
okay.
that?
We like your hat.
What is that logo on the side? Old Era? What does that say?
Okay, last night it's about 10:30, sitting on the couch with my wife, watching poker on YouTube or whatever, like I normally do when there's no football on.
How all great marriages,
And
go.
She's reading.
Okay.
Big reader.
Okay.
And I look over at one point, and she's got one eye closed. I'm like, what's going on?
Like a steady wink?
No, like steady, like this.
Yeah, that's
like not just like for like. I'm watching her
like a doll,
like it's closed,
like one of those old school dolls
and I'm like,
with the eyes.
What in the world is happening?
Yeah,
she's reading with one eye.
She's like, my eyes are tired. I had to give one of them a break because I've been reading for like I don't know an hour, I guess, 45 minutes.
Humble brag.
And she's like, they get dried out, and you got to give them a break sometimes, but you can't. I don't want to stop, so I've got to go one at a time. She's like, I do it all the time. And I'm like, I think that's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
I would.
If I'm watching a football game with one eye open, you got it. You better check on me.
I agree with that.
Hamby, I've never met your wife. She sounds lovely. She invited me to the wedding, so I like her already. Didn't make it, but I appreciate.
Very lovely.
But I appreciate the invite.
Missed it by that much.
Missed it by that much. I've never heard this before. I would maybe invest in books on tape. If this is going to be...
This gives me It the Clown vibes.
Yeah.
I can barely wink, let alone...
I can't barely...
Even function with one eye being closed, one eye being open.
Yeah. So I don't know how you can... Yeah.
Gotta rest your eye. Yeah.
Actively read something with one eye, but then switching back and forth to see which eye is open.
Now, here's the thing. Like, are you sure one eye was only open, and you sure she wasn't like dozing off and she tried to play it off? Because that happens all the time too.
No,
sure.
like she's turning the page. And
okay.
This one's like
because I do this all the time. If I have like a game on, I'm dozing off. My son wants to turn it and put on like whatever
Demon
Ben
Slayer,
10.
Yeah.
Ben 10. I'm like, no.
Is Ben 10 still big?
Is that still around?
I mean, like the old, they played on
reruns?
Disney. Yeah,
it's been 10.
Yeah, I never got into it. We're fine.
I mean,
yeah, it's fine. Well, I'm into others. Still watch SpongeBob. All right.
Well, SpongeBob's. I mean,
anything else, Hammy? Should we get out of here?
Well, yeah, probably.
I don't know what you do about that. By the way, to answer the question, I think that's one of the most insane things I've ever heard in my life.
Like I said, audiobooks.
Then you gotta both
close your eyes. Yeah, close those eyes.
Just be mad chilling until you're sleeping.
Hamby, we didn't do the Harry Potter watch along again.
I don't know.
Because you know what's going to happen. It's going to go so long and you forget about them, and you have to go back and rewatch it from the beginning again.
Oh, no, we can't have that.
Well,
how many movies have you got through to this point?
Only 2. Yeah, we're in trouble.
Geography in that hat? Okay, well, on that note, for Brent Martineau, Casey Kurtz, Jason Hamby and his Timo hit pushing all the right buttons, I'm Austen Lane.
Oh, Sorry. Said the Bolts stuck. I thought he meant the Lightning. I was that's the random.
That's
worse
no,
than
the
straight
Chargers.
you gave no
yeah.
6 up.
Yeah, I'll probably start breaking. We'll break down the game tomorrow.
All right.
All right, man. You have a great one. Stay safe. Stay casual. See you tomorrow. Peace.
When it's time to get a new car for anyone in your family, just remember, nobody but Nimnick, the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Get the latest price breaks on 2023 and 2024 models or the newest 2025 vehicles in the showroom on Phillips Highway or shop online at nimnickbuickgmc.com 24 hours a day. GMC Sierras, Yukons, and the redesigned Acadias, or get the all-new redesigned line with Buicks. It's nobody but Nimnick, and part of the reason why is this is a first-class buying experience here at Nimnick Buick GMC. You're not just a customer, you're a friend. This is about getting a vehicle that best fits you and getting you on the road, and also helping you and your family down the road. Nimnick has a treating you right guarantee, courtesy, respect, fairness. And most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnick. Who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? Nobody but Nimnick. GMC. We are professional grade.
There's a saying in sports, you can't win them all, but you can win a lot with good folks on your team. Like that one painter, First Coast. It's tough to beat the sun in Florida, so your home fades. It's tough to beat that HOA when they come calling. Beat the sun, beat the HOA with that one painter, First Coast. And it's a good time to do it. Less rain to work around, and painting in mild temperatures is perfect. After all, the paint bonds to the surface so much better. Give That One Painter First Coast a call at 904-417-3557 or look them up at first-coast.thatonepainter.com. Fast estimate. Guidance on color and HOA